think it's
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
on the top.
broken. I think it's broken, but
It does
it's
look
not
a little
too
broken,
bad.
doesn't it?
So welcome to Team Battle Royale 4. This is match number 4. Adaption Heroes. My name is Hightech. Warpex with me, still fine, hopefully.
Ooh, I like these spawns are a little bit better.
Yeah,
Well,
me
really
too.
better for this one guy on the left anyway.
Yeah, no, I like them more, definitely. This is Northshire, and it's the old version without the labs and without shops in the center. Forget what I was saying. No, there are these shops in the center, but they are entirely in the center, and therefore we have 4 taverns in the middle. And it's Adaption Hero, so it will be very interesting here since every player can pick any hero except the ones of his own race. So the Night Elf can pick any human, orc, undead, or tavern heroes. And as Quest is pointing out, so there is a bug. You can, if you select a tavern hero in the tavern and you lose it.
So many bugs.
Yeah, no, but this is in the map file and it's not really a bug because your altar has only 12 like slots for all the heroes. So if you get a tavern hero and you lose it before getting another hero, you can't revive your first hero until you trained one other hero from your altar. So
That's super annoying.
yeah, no, it's not really a big deal because usually you won't lose your first hero before getting a second. And if you lose it, you can start training a second one and then revive your first one and then cancel it. So it's not an issue if you know it, I think. Unless you lose your tier 2, like before it gets to tier 2 and you lose your first hero, then you are without a hero for a long time.
So here's a question. The Undead player, is he allowed to use Undead Tavern Heroes?
For sure. So that doesn't count as undead heroes. So it's just the heroes of your own altar that you can't get. So and
I really hope someone makes a Crip Lord.
I highly doubt it. And we see the undead going for an archmage here, which I really like. I think that's awesome. Like mass TP with other races is just totally amazing.
The Night Elf has one as well.
And the
every Night Elves have one. Everyone?
Where's this? There it is. Yeah, 3 archmages first and 1 panda first.
Panda.
So usually you see a lot of, like, at least if no one really prepared for the match, you usually see mass TC, mass MK. And I assume like we will see some TC MKs here, but it's kind of promising to see other heroes first.
All right, I gotta start making guesses on who I think is playing this game.
Yeah, and I will start having my dinner and put myself on mute. Sorry.
We got an undead. We got a human. 2 night elves. So I don't even know what fucking teams are playing. It's gonna be a tough guess here. 2. So if I'm looking at the undead here, double necropolis usually is a quest strategy, but quest is in the goddamn observers, so it can't be him. Who else is actually in this tournament? Maybe Tox. Ooh, that might be Tox.
There are a lot of players this TBR, so it's really difficult to guess it.
Yeah, I'm looking at the list here. I was looking at the double necropolis strategy. Usually that's a quest thing. Quest is kind of trademarked that. I was wondering who might have taken that strategy since quest is in the observers here. So I'm thinking maybe Tox. I don't know if it's a good guess or not, but that's my guess. And we got 3. Oh, we have 3 night elves. I keep seeing the archmage and thinking it's a human, but no, 3 night elves. So probably. Who the hell is it? I don't even know who half these players are. One of them's got to be Tom Toast. Tom Toast.
Why?
I don't know. It's just my guess.
He just played yesterday evening, so.
Did he? So then there must be.
I mean, maybe he plays still, but I'm not sure.
only one Night Elf player on Ravenclaw, so it's got to be Mog. I don't know who only Luck or Select is, so I could be wrong there. Or Infinity.
I think Affinity can play any race.
Who's Rulaz?
That's a new player, like new to the community, but he seemed to have played one-on-one professionally like some years ago, so he's decent, but he disconnected in his first game, unfortunately. Like these disconnects, the biggest risk for FFA.
Yeah, and desyncs.
Yeah, for sure. So I even think disconnects became a bit better, but desyncs more. Yeah, and we do see the yellow player. That's a bit of a tricky situation if you are in surround and there's one player directly cross map. And in this case, he unfortunately went the direction that the blue player went
this
as well.
You see, how do I ping? How the fuck do I ping? There we go. Not gonna work. Yeah, look at that.
Wow, yeah. Archmage Dreadlord.
Dreadlord.
And SH for Orange, also very interesting combination. I really like these combos here. They seem to have invested some effort into like checking out hero combinations. And we do see a Dreadlord second for blue also. So we do see two Pandas, two Dreadlords, 3 Archmages, and no TC, no MK yet. I really like it.
Get a buff?
In 130 he was hugely buffed.
Okay.
The Carrion Swarm can hit mechanical units, which makes him amazing against human in particular, and against gyros and tanks. But also like the damage was buffed tremendously, so it's really efficient. Like it's amazing AOE in combination with Panda here. I do think 2 of the best non-human AoE heroes here, or 2 of the best anti-air AoE heroes. Maybe he gets a Lich third, but
yeah, Panda and Dreadlord. That's basically saying "fuck you, air."
Yeah, for sure. So I'm just curious if he will pick something like Lich third to have like full AoE style, or if he goes for some like some support hero. Like he can't get a keeper apparently, but he can get. I don't know, like, what heroes could make sense for him here? Don't know.
Probably something with healing, I guess.
Yeah, SH would be...
Shadow Hunter.
Yeah, Shadow Hunter would be interesting for sure. Also to have a range hero. I dislike like 3 melee heroes, also always very tricky to manage in fights. So...
maybe Alchemist. Alchemist would be pretty good too. Although again, that's another hero, so maybe not.
So yeah, everyone's taking expos here. I think it's nice to take these mid expansions early because no one usually allows you to mine them later on. So I think that's a good strategy here, and you want to get you want to find the available cross-map expansion as quickly as possible. Like that's so valuable if you get both. Like if you get 2 cross-map expos, that's so difficult to reach. Usually by your first, or difficult to reach for your first enemy. And yellow needs to be careful here not to lose a hero. Like these bandit lords are aggroing against like
these heroes are so low. He's got this, he's fine. Maybe not. That's doing some pretty serious damage. Oh shit.
Yeah, and it's always focusing on the aggroing against the lowest HP.
Oh he's dead! Get fucked.
See, you find some joy. You find some joy already in this.
Oh, that's alright. So clearly that's got to be a noob. So let's see. Let's look through the list. Who's the Feta? That's
so good for you that you disappear again after this match. So you won't need to.
I'm kidding. It can't be Feta.
So we do see an SH for light blue here, and blue's not getting a 3rd hero yet. Yellow is getting a Panda third. So SH
Is Shave
Panda.
in the tournament?
No, he's not.
Ah, he's the one who's most known for losing heroes to creeps.
That's correct, but he is not in this. I mean, Feta and Gradient also like to lose heroes, but Gradient not so much anymore. And also Feta, sometimes. But Shave is still the number one in losing heroes. And interesting here to see a Panda third for Yellow. I'm not sure. I think on one hand, I think it's nice to have SH high level, but I just think naturally you don't want to play Panda third because he just is a very good early, and at this point already you can't get him level 3, so in early fights I'm not even sure you will be able to get him level 2 before the first engagement, so I'm not a fan of this Panda third. So
what do you think about Priestess of the Moon second for the Undead?
Did he? Ah, you got it second in, no, third, right? Yeah, okay, third. I think that's amazing. It's a great combination. So you have amazing scouting late game, and obviously the true shot aura is like the best aura you can get for Undead. Especially if you play worms. Like obviously not so much with Gargs against triple Night Elf. Actually, I'm not that sure. But
yeah, it's not great against triple Night Elf. I thought it would be my thing because Gargoyles are going to mostly be anti-air.
Yeah.
Gargoyles, at least when I played, were like the big meat of Undead.
You're right.
Usually you'd only get like 1 or 2 worms, so it's not like you're getting too much range.
Yes.
Crypt Fiends, though.
Yeah, so I think it's alright for, it's great for Crypt Fiends still, and potentially Worms later. And on top, against Elves, the Owl could become very handy for scouting late game, because obviously on this map it's very difficult, or it can be very difficult to find hidden buildings, because there's so much space where you can hide it. And I think Owl can be very nice.
He's going Necro Wagon. That might be pretty good with Necro Wagon.
Yeah, he is going for it, and I hope he won't disconnect, because there's an issue with Francie, and we are not 100% sure if it's only Francie or if it's also the master upgrade for these Necros that can cause desync. So we warned them, so at least they can't, like, at least they are warned.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was something with the Necros.
Yeah, they're totally fucked up. Obviously, it's like a lot of stuff on the screen, so that increases the risk of desync. But I do think it seems to me as if some of these skills that they have entirely remodeled, as they did with Francie, which is not which they changed entirely. So it's an AoE spell now instead of like a single target buff. So it's something's wrong with it.
So blue went for Tarn Chieftain third. So he did go 3 melee.
Yeah, these are amazing heroes.
I don't know if I would have picked Chieftain third.
I mean, it is the strongest hero in this mode, I think. But I'm not sure he needed it. Like, he has Disable with a Dreadlord Sleep, and I mean, it's still good. Like, obviously, Stomp is amazing, Shockwave potentially, and also the Aura. But I think like a hero like SH could have been better for him.
Kind of a fight here.
Yeah, a fight coming up here, and it's like this could be a tricky one. And okay, light blue is not attacking yellow. But tricky one here. Yellow seems quite prepared here with these fairy dragons and 3 chimeras, but needs to be very careful.
Ooh, that AoE.
Yeah, and obviously this is
messing up those Necros.
Yeah, this usually you're used to Night Elves having some AoE issues early game, but with with Blizzard and Panda, he is like pretty well prepared for this. So
I do like the Shadow Hunter to counter that, though. He's being able to pull him back and heal all that up again.
Yeah, that's true. So I think he still might be able to pull it off here.
I think so. Yellow's not doing well.
And he's not. Yeah, yellow isn't even pumping Cheems yet. So I think that's like the one most important thing. Like you can't defeat this push with with your heroes only. You need chimeras, and I think 2 team roasts are too few against this. Like, you need to scout it, and as soon as you see the temples, you need 3 team roasts and need to pump. So that's the way you... And he has all the wisps stuck in the back of his main. That's very unfortunate here. Look at these wisps here.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's
and he's
like,
only just now getting them out to counter some of this. And they're...
At least Panda level 3, so that's alright now. But needs to be very careful here. Also with the wisps, since Elf can get lumber issues here without the Shredder. So... But, okay, he saved them. And Panda's
the
level
other 2 are
3.
about to fight too. Yep. This is a 100 food battle here, both of them.
But not I don't think 100 food arrived yet, so... And also Light Blue has a lot of wisps in expansions or in mines. Like Light Blue has 25 wisps in mines.
Wow. That mass AoE is just absolutely dominating the air. But the problem is, like, Blue's got a lot of ground army. I think he might have scouted that and saw and decided to go spell immunity, which was smart. Dryads and mountain giants. I still think Yellow's Tom Toast.
Yellow's pretty toast here.
He is toast, yes.
I think, yeah, Panda 3rd, difficult. I think if we had a Panda level 3 when the fight started, that would have been much more helpful than the Shadowhunter level 3. So, looking grim here for Yellow. And I don't think he can recover. Like, he's trying to rebuild on the other side of the map. So, maybe he can, but...
That's a smart rebuild.
Yeah.
Could be Arnicrati too.
Okay, Blue's
still trying to guess these players.
Blue's going for the counter push here, and we do see it, and that's also like something you need to calculate in that you don't have a shredder, so you have more wisps in trees, so more supply stuck in trees basically. So Light Blue really had like 5 mines with 5 wisps plus 6 wisps in trees, 8 wisps in trees, so he basically had 35 supply on wisps alone.
Which is interesting, considering he doesn't even have the most gold right now. Blue is definitely beating him out.
Yeah, I'm not sure, to be honest, if like expansion number... I don't think you can, or you want to take these early engagements with 4 expansions. I think that's too much. I don't think you want to take more than 3. I think it's too risky, like you lose too much supply. This engagement looking much better here for Blue, and curious to see how these Dryads and Mountain Giants are going to work out.
Yeah, because there's not much that Blue really can use. Oh, he's got some bears in there.
Nah, but over time, like these heroes, Shadowhunter's still level 2, Dreadlord level 3, so that's enough Chimeras to just deal with it and kill them. Nice stuff. He needs to TP out, I think. Okay, he's killing some of the Chimeras with the Dryad, so I guess that's good for him.
His bear's down. Yeah, it's working out. I mean, the Shadowhunter might fall, but the army is pretty intact. Oh, Shadowhunter does fall.
Yeah, he could have passed the Ankh. And Blue is forced to TP out though, so...
he's gonna get a trim on the way out though.
Yeah, but Light Blue is 100 supply now with a lot of stuff that... I don't know. I think it can work out well, but his heroes are just way under-leveled, so... will be interesting to see how Blue deals with all these hippos now, like if Blue will just kill them himself, or if he just hopes to kill something different. And it seems no one's going to help Yellow here. Did Yellow... Yeah.
Nah, no, they're too busy fighting each other. I don't think.
Yeah.
Halo did say that he died, but
He
he
did,
didn't really
yeah.
say much else. And it's not very descriptive saying I die, considering everyone says they die at least once in a free-for-all game.
Yeah, and I think it became a bit like this four-way piecing became a bit better, so it's not happening that often anymore these days. Like we had one season, like 2 seasons ago, I think, where everyone immediately pieced in four-way once someone said something, and that usually leads to like strange four-way, long four-way games. But this is looking much better, and all these dispels here. That's a lot of feeding here, and the Archmage is getting closer to level 6. That could become annoying here for this Undead if he gets to level 6 and he can just mass TP around, because there's
That's true. I didn't think about that.
yeah, there's not much disable on for Orange except the Hex, and he mostly uses the mana for heal waves now, so I think he can utilize that pretty well.
That's a really cool strategy to mass TP or Necro Wagon into people's bases. Oh man, that's cool.
And another fight breaking out, and it seems Blue is really struggling here. Like, against all these Dryads, you need, like, especially with these heroes, if you don't have a Demon Hunter and you have so much AoE, you need Fairy Dragons. Like, that's the way to go. He has almost 5k gold, so at this point he should just pump mass Fairy Dragons. That's the only way. Okay, he has some. It's the only way he defeats this.
This is a cool strategy from Light Blue, because this might work actually against Orange as well.
Yeah, but he will
Dryad
not deal a lot of damage. So in this base, he might be able to kill some of the Chimeras. So it could become tricky here. But I think with the Moonwells in his back, he should be able to defend. There are not a lot of Moonwells though. I really dislike this main layout. So only 4 Moonwells in his main base. So I think that's not a good main base for defending here.
I think you should be able to hold it though. These Mountain Giants are starting to fall.
Yeah, and they give a lot of experience too.
I think Yellow's out, so we're going to find out who that is in a second.
Yellow's trying to rebuild. He gets another tree to the left.
Oh, I didn't see that. Yeah.
And yeah, it's a bit of a tricky thing sometimes. I mean, it takes a lot of time for Orange to kill buildings here against this AoE. Like, he takes a lot of damage here. Honestly, I think Brilliance Aura, as good as it is with this Necros, I think it's one of the downside of Priestess here. I think if you have Archmage, it's like, it's great to get a
extra mana with the Archmage would have been nice.
Yeah, but also to get a,
nice.
to pick a third hero that relies on mana, because Potom is kind of like, you don't need mana for her. Like,
oh, you're right. Yeah.
So I think having a hero like MK or some hero that really benefits from having Brilliance can be nice, because else, like, the Brilliance will just be useless once he transitions away from he transitions away here from Necros.
He can spam Starfall.
He can spam Starfall, sure. Yeah, and that seems to be it here for Yellow. So losing the first hero, he is down to he still has 3k gold, so that's impressive.
Oh, this is a brutal pin here. It looks like he should be able to get through, but he can't.
Nice block here.
Ghoul's in the way, yeah. Ghoul just wrecked him. Is that level 6 now? Oh, I didn't make it. So close. So blue and light blue pieced, which is a shame, but probably the smart move right now, considering yellow is essentially dead.
Yeah, I think in this at this point it's fine. And now the corners are getting crept. I think that's under like these corner creeps. Like you don't get much experience on this map by creeping usually, and these corners are really valuable. And also drop great items. So he's finding a Lion Horn of Stormwind,
Ooh,
which
Stormwind.
gets you +2 bonus armor instead of just +1, in case you
I didn't know that.
So it's like before, it was one of these items that you could potentially sell on many maps, but now with +2, it's really worth it, I think, and it's still very underrated.
Oh, ZT Soso's playing. That's awesome.
Who's playing?
Well, he's not playing in this match. I was just
Yeah,
looking
yeah.
over who's over the list. I didn't see Soso came back out of retirement. That's cool.
Yeah, kind of unexpectedly. Like he was always saying he will only return to FFA in 2020, maybe, but
A month early.
yeah, but then he signed up all of a sudden. So
A town is under siege.
Yeah, I'm not good at guessing, so I've pretty much given up at this point.
yeah, it's really tough. Like there's so many players, so it's really difficult. I think we have 50 players this season, right? Yeah, I think it's 50. And last TBR
Yeah,
we had
rosters.
Yeah, last TBR we had 40. And we do, like, not only do we have, I think, like 5 to 10 new players, but I think, like, some of them have huge potential, like Neutron, Toxigrinta, Side, like all professional, semi-professional one-on-one players that really got into FFA just
Size.
recently.
Wasn't he was playing in free for all before though?
Um, the
Wasn't
French side,
Yeah, the French Undead.
I'm not sure. I've never seen him around. He said like he surely played some FFA, but I don't think he was ever part of this
Guess not.
community. So
He was part of. I think he was part of my old league, the Warcraft 3 Olympics.
well, that could be.
Pretty sure
yeah.
he was in that.
That could be. So he definitely has some prior FFA experience, but like
Oh, that
all-
was 1v1.
Okay, yeah, but like they're all super solid and already, I think already. Like, I mean, they were picked in round 1, 2, 3, so yeah, really strong players.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, usually
Nice to see some new blood.
For
That's
sure.
the nice thing about TBR is it gets new players in. It's not,
Yeah.
it's not super. There's not a lot of pressure.
yeah, there's this team pressure, but it's definitely I think the greatest way to like get to know FFA, and you have your team that you can cheer for even if you're not playing overly well yet, and it's a really nice atmosphere. So also the event that got me into FFA really, and really, yeah, I think the highlight for many players. And the last TBR has been like, it has been some time. The last TBR was in mid of 2018. So
It's been a little over a year.
yeah,
Do you think TMNT is going to actually win a game this year?
they won, like I was in TMNT last TBR or last two TBRs. Last TBR.
I was on
and-
the first one.
Yeah, the first one was very unsuccessful for them.
Where
But
we went winless, I think.
yeah, it was 0 of 29, I think. And
We had many chances, and I know I had one of the closest ones to winning, and then I blew it by failing to scout properly.
yeah, that's like a legend in itself, TMNT history. But last TBR was pretty successful for TMNT. So I think there were some games where players choked, but especially DV and Quest won a lot of games, and also Ostone. So these three players really carried the team, while like I lost a lot of games, and Tom and Arnie too. So Arnie almost won one, and then he disconnected right before not right before he won it, but He almost had it and then he disconnected, so that was very sad.
Oh shit. Ganging up on orange now. I don't know if that's a good move. I think Blue's got an army that can face orange very well. That's probably why he's going after orange, but I don't know if that's going to help him in the end. Because teal or light blue is the one he needs to knock down a few people.
Honestly, like in Blue's shoes, I think there's zero reason to be 100 right now. Like he has 1, 2, 3, 4 mines right now. So if you want to utilize them, there's just no reason to be. Like he has only 7k gold and he has so many mines. So I think he should stay on 80, potentially 50 for some time. Especially like you never want to team someone on 100 supplies. So really it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So
especially when he's still mining too. He hasn't even taken his wisps out.
Exactly, yeah. And even if he takes them out, I think it's like too many mines to keep them in for the long run. Like you will lose them. No one will let you mine half the map. So I think it's not like a wise thing to do to be on 100 now. He goes for the attack though, which like if this works out well, I guess it could make sense. Could get a lot.
My problem with it is it seems like one of those short-term gain kind of moves and not really thinking about long term, because as you were saying, he's at 100, so he's still mining at 100. This is kind of a good fight for him, so he's probably getting a lot of experience, but in the end he's not going to be able to beat light blue because he doesn't really have the army for it or the heroes. Really, it's going to be tough for him to beat light blue in this situation.
And
going to lose a lot of gold too.
I'm not even sure that orange is trying to fight this. He can't.
Doesn't look like it.
Oh, he tries to. Wow, he's TPing in. I didn't expect that to happen. He will just lose everything here, potentially.
Well, he almost has to TP in. This is his whole base. Can't lose it.
Yeah, I guess, but yeah, he needs some help.
He's hoping for light blue to come in and help, yeah.
So yeah, blue will get teamed hard after this, and blue just doesn't have the gold, but they may expect him to have the gold because he has all this mines. So if I count blue's mines and the outcome of this early one-on-one, I would expect him to be at least on 15k, I think. Wow, and yellow is also like not a move I like here, but okay, he wants his old main mine back, but
I think he's just pissed.
I'm not sure. I don't think he has reason to really. I'm not.
Ooh, orange is actually he might be winning this fight here.
Wow, yeah, crazy. Well done here. And what's he doing? Oh, last second. That was a very greedy TP here.
Ooh, and he got a... Ooh. Orange has got a lot of gold. And he looks weak now. So that is huge in Orange's favor.
I'll be AFK for 30 seconds.
Okay. Yeah, I mean...
Players' forces are under attack.
The only thing really against... Because now they're looking at orange, like blue in general, is looking at orange and thinking, well, this guy just lost everything.
Town is under siege.
He lost half his base, so he's not really going to go after him. Blue looks like the aggressor, like the stronger one. Light blue might be starting to... And light blue's got half the map here, so light blue might be looking at blue and thinking, hey, this is he's a stronger opponent, so light blue might be going after blue. Orange is going to get a chance to rebuild here. And the only one he's really going to be... That's really going to be going against him is yellow. At least at the current moment.
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh yeah, he's definitely... Orange should definitely play up the broke situation here, and he's definitely doing that. Really good move. I think Orange is in a good position here. But so is Light Blue. Light Blue's got tons of gold, good army, great heroes. Where's his third hero at? Oh, they're all together. I'm an idiot. Orange probably should start thinking about transitioning out of Necro Wagon, though. Transition out of Necro Wagon and start... He's got a Priestess of the Moon. He should be finding these Night Elf buildings here. Oh! Yellow's feeding his ass off. Oh, oh, those cripples. Oh, that's brutal. Oh, Starfall. Dropping down to 50. Yeah, good move. Orange is playing well. Yeah, you should be looking out for these yellow buildings here. Although considering Yellow's feeding his ass off, he might actually be enjoying the free experience that he's getting from Yellow. So maybe that's not something he wants to do. And if High Tech just went AFK, you guys can't actually see what's going on. I bet you missed that entire fight. Well, hopefully I described it well enough.
I am back. What
You
happened?
missed some action.
Yeah, I guess my viewers missed it too.
I know, I was just saying.
What did I miss?
Yellow just attacked Orange's top left expansion.
That I saw, yeah.
And then he lost all his heroes.
Yeah. No, I lost. I had my camera on that expansion, yeah.
Oh, well, that's convenient.
Okay, and yellow is out, yeah.
So you guys find out who it is now? Is that?
I don't know.
My guess.
I don't know who it was.
Oh fuck. Wolfred.
Mufrid, let me check. Who
was my guess before you guess who was my? I think my guess is Arnagrati.
It's not him. It was. I think at this point, I'm always undecided whether I should reveal it or not. But I guess at this point, it doesn't really matter, right? So it was Mog.
It was Mog?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a shame. I love Mog.
Also with a yellow color, that was a clear indicator for.
You know what? You're right. I didn't think about the coloring. Huh. The coloring, yeah.
He just signed up on short
was
notice.
Mog.
Also, I think he hasn't played much FFA like in the last year. So
add him to the call here. Add him to the call. Let's get him into the chat.
He left the game though, so we can.
Oh, he did. Oh, that's
Yeah.
Okay, wait. So now we're thinking about colors. I didn't even think about that. Orange. Orange is something Wicked's color. That might be something Wicked. Am I right? Orange is something Wicked's color? I think it is.
I don't know, to be honest. Or maybe I just lied to you. I don't know. I can't tell. I will get the flames after the game if I reveal something here I'm not supposed to reveal.
I don't know. Maybe that's something Wicked. That's interesting. I didn't even think about the colors until you brought that up.
Yeah, I mean, I personally, if I play TBR, I would never select the color I would. Like, it's part of that anonymous like style that you don't want to be identified early. So I would not pick a color that people know me with, unless I do it like by accident. Because sometimes when you join a lobby, you just pick your color. But usually you don't want to do that.
So light blue. This light blue player, he's good. I like this guy. Light blue and orange, they're both impressing me in this game.
Yeah, light blue going like I think light blue seems to be hoarding more like efficiently. I think he's on 23k gold almost, while dark blue it seems he had more mines, which isn't really true, but he's only on 15k. So obviously he has the better levels, and also like hero-wise, which heroes do you like more, light blue or dark blue ones?
Light blue or dark blue one? I mean, right now, dark blue,
Just
for
from a
sure.
combination perspective, I mean.
Just for a combination perspective, and even the level perspective, they look pretty good. He's got 5 on his 2 main heroes. Tarn Chieftain 3 is fine because he's getting level 2 stomp. I see that 4 now.
Wow, okay, he TP's in, and that's a very risky TP's against Chimeras, and he's not attacking them. He's attacking the mine.
Oh, he's got Starfall though.
Wow.
He's got Starfall.
Why isn't he taking that fight? That was a perfect engagement. Like, he just needs to sleep. There was no, like, nothing on that priestess, so just
He missed the sleep. He did sleep. He missed it.
Yeah,
He slept
you're
one of the-
right.
He slept one of the skeletons.
He slept a skeleton. Wow. That's funny. Because else it would have been a perfect engagement for him.
Yeah,
like,
that's why he left. He was like, "Fuck," and left.
like Penna and Carrion Swarm, like Breath of Fire, Carrion Swarm, and Chimera Focus should have killed all of these units.
Forces are under attack.
Unfortunately, they slightly nerfed the splash damage of Chimeras, so that
Did they? Interesting.
yeah, and I think it was 130, and that really, like, it's one of these nerfs that you may not see really in big fights sometimes, but you feel it. Like you just realize after the fight, okay, that didn't feel like the old
Wait,
splash.
yeah. What you really realize is that fight's over, and you're like, "Wait, my True to the Claw is still alive. What happened?"
yeah, for sure. You're actually right. That I'm not sure if it's like if I'm just microing my bear better, or if it's really also due to the splash that he doesn't die as quickly anymore.
Because that's what I noticed earlier. I was watching the Druid of the Claw on one of the engagements, and the Druid of the Claw just wasn't dying from the splash. I'm like, that's really interesting.
Yeah,
That explains it. I didn't know that.
that's a lot of stuff that changed. So it's really on one hand, like, it's nice that stuff changes, so the players need to adjust. And I think the nerf of tanks in particular was really helpful for FFA. I think, like, and the buff of gyros, so humans are more variable and are not as reliant on tanks anymore, which I find kind of stupid with mass TP. Like, I'm an elf player, so what am I supposed to say? But
I mean, there's every race that didn't like tanks.
yeah,
like,
and
tanks
gyros
were good against almost every race except for maybe not orc, but that's about it.
Exactly, and gyros are much more useful now. Like, they are way stronger. Obviously, also much more expensive, so it's not as easy anymore to just pump an entire army, but they're really strong now. And also with the undead buff, I think Carrion Swarm is like, it kind of sucks for Elf to face it, but Elf has New Tranquility, which is much stronger than it was in the past, so I guess Elf is fine, and Carrion Swarm makes Undead just way better against human. Like, Undead had such difficulties against tanks, and with the new tanks and the new Carrion Swarm, it's just not an issue anymore. So I think the new orb I was told is really, like, they buffed the human orb, so the human orb has a new function now. It's not the splash orb anymore, but it's cutting like heal effects into half. I think it's into half. So if you
I remember reading about that. Yeah.
So if you have a human orb and you hit another hero or unit for I think 3 seconds, that unit will only get like 50% of the heal effect of like coils or moonwells or whatever, which can be super painful for undeads in particular. So it's one of these buffs where many players say it's really overpowered, and apparently, since I'm not, like, it's mostly significant in human against undead and human against orc also, not so much in human against elf. So I don't really feel it yet, but yeah.
So a lot of hoarding going on right now.
Yeah. Like,
Man, Light Blue is at 30k right now.
Yeah, I think I kind of started to like these matches where at some point it's like everyone gets gold first, and that usually accelerates the games after if players are willing to really use their gold, if no one's just pretending to be dead with 30k gold. So I think
Well,
it's fine.
Light Blue's mined out now. This mine on the bottom left
Oh,
bottom
yeah,
is
yeah.
about to be
You're
done.
right.
So he's probably going to pump to 100 in maybe
Yeah.
a couple seconds, and then maybe we're going to start seeing some aggression from him.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it can, to me personally, it feels more boring if like there are still active expansions and it's always this, okay, you know, I don't let you mine this, and then you kill these expansions and then someone else takes them and you kill them. And it's not really like it's just delaying the game because eventually every mine will be mined. So in this situation, like everyone mines their expos and then they will hopefully start to take big fights. And I think Adaption Hero very interesting in that regard because heroes, like you are relying your strategies much more on your heroes than you would do normally, I think. So you plan more around your heroes. Obviously, you want to have them very high level, so you're kind of forced to take fights.
Yep, so Light Blue did pump to 100, so he's working on that right now. I don't think, to your point, I don't think that this map is going to get mined out before we see some action. This top mine that Orange has is 12k left in it, so that'll be alive for a while. These other two are not as high as that 12k.
Yeah,
but they're still not going to be mined out anytime soon. So there's going to be some fighting over expansions for sure in this game.
Yeah, I'm really surprised that Light Blue sticks to Mountain Giants Dryads. I think it's.
I think he has to. I mean, both opponents that he has right now have a unit composition that are good for this. So I think he almost has to. Dryads are very good for their dispel against Necrowagon. Plus, the Mountain Giants are tough to take down from that Necrowagon. And again, they're good against Chimeras.
Yeah. I think in this situation, I would like... Honestly, I mean, he had the Dryads, so I guess he's fine. I think it's a lot of Mountain Giants, like 6 Mountain Giants, but yeah, we'll see. I mean, against this Undead, it's surely nice. Against Blue, I'm not so sure, to be honest. I think it would have been better to get like a mix of Mountain Giants, Mass Hippos, and some Dryads maybe, and then add some Fairy Dragons just in case you need to fight this Undead. But
It's
yeah,
interesting.
we'll see.
It might be better off for Light Blue. I think Light Blue will be fine against Dark Blue if he can get his hero levels up a little bit. Maybe it would be smart for Light Blue to go after Orange first, build up some experience on the skeletons before going after Blue.
Yeah. I guess it could make sense, but he needs to be very careful against Chimeras. You like lose your main base very quickly, and you can't really, like, if you have 100 supply hippos, you usually can't defend easily, but these Mountain Giants and the Dryads are not very mobile, and you can't really prevent them from taking out your main base. Like, if
Well, that's what the Archmage is for, right? I mean, he needs to get that to 6.
Yeah, but still, I mean, if these Chimeras siege your main base from the sides, it's like all your Mountain Giants will just block the Dryads, and you can't really focus the teams. Mm-hmm. So I think it's really, like, it's good that he attacks now, because it's much more difficult to defend with this army. I think it's much easier to be the aggressor.
Yeah, that's a good point. Got all the whiffs too.
Well, these Mountain Giants are so fun to watch. Like, did you see the Reforged Mountain Giants?
Yeah, I've seen them.
I think they are amazing. Like, that's my favorite unit in Reforged, I think. And the
units just look so good in the Reforged.
What looks
Everything
good?
looks like
Sorry.
all the units. They just look so good.
Like, there's still this issue that they can't really, like, I think they're not as clearly identifiable from far.
That's true, yeah, for sure.
And also the colors aren't, but I mean, that's potentially something you can fix. It's just, to me personally, like, I really like that they created all these new models, but it's just not the Warcraft I know, so I may just stick to the old graphics, but we'll see.
I like that there's the option.
Yeah, for sure. I hope that's going to work well, but who knows. And Light blue really having issues finding some surface here with all these mountain giants. And nice combination of fairy dragons and chimeras here. I think that's a good choice by Dark Blue, so I don't think he can fight this. Nah, he will just...
He's got good healing though. Nothing's dying on Light Blue side.
Nah, some giants die. Like, I think like 3 giants.
Oh, he's still at 95.
Dryads just give way more experience than fairy dragons, so losing some fairy dragons is way less painful than losing a Dryad here against these heroes.
Ooh, that Dreadlord's trapped. He should be going after that Dreadlord.
And I'm really surprised that Dark Blue isn't just using Earth, Storm and Fire, which apparently is the best like ultimate that you can have against Dryads almost. So I think that will be
he has it too.
Much more efficient than using Breath of Fire against Mountain Giants.
Chimeras are down. Dryads are definitely falling now.
Yeah, so they're almost gone. And he lost a lot of Mountain Giants, right?
He still has 4 left. I think he had 6 going in.
He has 4? He has
left.
3, no? Like
he's 5. Oh wait, one of them is blue. So 4.
2 of them are blue. 3. 4.
Well, 2 of them just spawned, yeah.
So it's just one... It's just 1 Mountain Giant left for Light Blue. He lost 5 Mountain Giants. I think. At least 5, maybe 6. And for whatever reason, Dark Blue now pumped a lot of Mountain Giants. Okay, he stuffed 1 Mountain Giant that he found out on the map. It's so crazy that he invested into like 8 Mountain Giants and still he's on 26k.
Yeah. I mean, you get a lot of bang for your buck with Mountain Giants. Especially with that healing he has. He's got a lot of healing.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's tough to take them down. He did lose too many Dryads in that fight, though, which... I mean, they're easy to reproduce, but... You said they get a lot more experience now.
Not more than in the past, but Dryads are just... Yeah, I think they are... Like, they give too much experience to your enemy, so... that's why I'm very hesitant to get them. I think they are only really useful if you have heroes that like deal all the damage as you do with like Trunks style Demon Hunter and Naga Priestess. I think it's definitely the way to go late game, but in this case, I'm not sure.
Mog just said in the chat that he joined the game and got yellow by default, you bitch.
Wow. Now he's flaming hard.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Nah, he's not flaming hard.
You know, we are very sensitive when it comes to flaming in this league.
Yeah, sure. So sensitive. PSOC. Who came up with these names? Did you just do like a random generator?
I created, like last time I downloaded a list of dinosaurs and like and cleaned it and like combined it with random numbers, and this time I took a list of stars.
Stars?
Yeah.
Wow. PSOC is a star?
Yeah, star planet.
See, I was thinking it was just like a sock with some peas in it.
No. But I think it was... but I think he whispered me that it was supposed to be Peacock, but you can't create a Battle.net account with Peacock.
With cock in it,
yeah.
So it's like Peacock. That's actually hilarious.
Yeah. And last TBR where was dinosaurs. There are some dinosaur names that are really long, and one had like... That was like something like Diners, Penis, whatever, and so that player couldn't create it either.
That's great.
Players' forces are under attack.
Are the players creating the names, or are you creating
What? I create the names.
Accounts, I mean.
I create the names.
They create the accounts.
They
right?
create the accounts. Yeah.
That makes sense.
The panda diving very deep here. Wow, nice breath of fire.
Trying to get a surround off. Get that surround. Oh, come on.
It's difficult with this army.
Yeah, it is.
And yeah, Orange is really stuck with these Necro Wagons. Starfall here, this time he sleeps it.
Starfall doesn't do, yeah, it's nice sleep. It doesn't do shit against these,
Exactly, and I
though.
totally forgot that, like, or I missed it earlier, that Starfall is totally useless if you're not Elf and you don't have anti-magic potion. So in
Oh, yeah.
so in this mode, everyone
Well,
has like a Dreadlord or
Well,
an
that's not true.
NK.
He's got anti-magic shell, which is just as good, if not better.
No, it cancel anti-magic shell prevents the damage, but it doesn't prevent the stun.
Doesn't it?
No.
Oh.
So
I
you
thought it
can
did.
you can still stun it. So it's only preventing damage. If I'm like sometimes I'm confusing stuff, but I'm pretty sure in that regard.
Yeah, this is what I expected. I'm surprised it took this long for Blue to finally get some fight wins against Orange. 'Cause he really has really good counters for Necrowag.
For sure, yeah. Yeah, Blue's getting to 665 here. So 665 for blue, for dark blue, for light blue we do have 655, so not much worse. And Orange having a hard time here, but he is on 20k. And he is on, and I think Orange, like, that may play in his favor, that he looks pretty weak, I think. He loses basically every fight, but yet he has the highest levels and still 18 or 19k gold, so I don't really like his main base here, but I guess it's fine.
As much as I said I gave up trying to guess, I can never truly give up. I'm still looking.
Yeah, that's a purpose of TBR, and that's the one thing I'm a bit.
It's half the fun, right?
Yeah, and I'm pretty sad. Like that's the one thing, like the one disadvantage in not playing yourself, but just adminning and having access to team chats, that that I know the players, like I know some of them, but in this match, like I only remember Mock really, but I've kind of forgot the others anyway. So
The Great Wall plays Elf now, right?
who plays Elf?
Does TGW play Elf now? I think he does, right?
He's Elf and Human.
Elf and yeah, okay. I think that's my guess on Teal.
He played Human the first match.
Oh, so he's already played.
Yep.
Okay, damn.
I mean, doesn't mean he's
I was
not.
thinking it might be him.
Doesn't mean he's not playing necessarily, but there are so many players.
That's true.
And I think captains are distributing matches pretty well. So I really like that team sense. And wow, Dark Blue is going for like pumping out of 5 Chimera Roosts here, and like
He's not crying enough to be DV, but like I can't think of anyone else on the team. Maybe Feta. But you said Feta's already played, right?
Good question. Did Feta play? I think he hasn't played yet. I don't think Feta played.
Could be Feta, but I don't know.
Who? You mean?
Maybe not Feta. Maybe
You mean
Joggle?
Feta with off race?
What?
You mean Feta with off race? Like Feta is usually like the best.
Oh,
orc.
he's usually Orc, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck. It's been a while.
Yeah. It's okay. Did you see that match in season 30 of Feta? That one,
Nah.
that clip? No? You should watch the clip. It was the final 1-on-1 between Feta and Tox, and both had like one building only, and Tox had just one Necropolis, and Feta had a Robo Tinker, and he was like, he had an invul and was killing, like just clicking the Necropolis, and he basically had won the match. But for some reason, because he was afraid of getting killed, whatever, he TP'd out with his Tinker when the Necropolis had 7 HP.
No way.
Yeah. And right,
And then he
like
lost the game.
Yeah, he lost it.
No.
And that clip is so amazing because like the Tinker was basically hitting, and then he TP'd, so it canceled the damage. So it was like last hit, and he cancelled it, and then he didn't manage to finish with, like he tried with his Tinker and with his last tree to kill the Necropolis and failed and lost it.
Oh,
It was
man,
the most amazing throw, or one of the most amazing scenes I've witnessed so far.
So we got a good fight right now. Blue has actually got himself back into this game really well. I don't know if it's the other guy's throwing or what, but it might be because he's been mining for a while, but they're both in the same gold now. Light blue has lost his advantage as far as gold goes. So they're both on the same level, and heroes are much better for blue.
Yeah, I mean, that's a disadvantage of Archmage too, right? You get slapped immediately with your Blizzard, as we see
Yeah.
right here. So, like, he has a nice aura, but Mass TP is not really useful in these fights. Like, it will become more useful late game once you Mass TP around. But in this situation, I think, like, if you take a straight up fight, these blue heroes, like dark blue heroes, are really amazing in fights. Like, you have the TC aura for increased damage. For attack rate, movement, and you have vampiric aura for your hippos. So I think
Yeah, blue's looking good. Blue's looking real good.
Real good, yeah. And he also got up to 20k. I think he could have had more gold right now if he had played. Oh, my second food delivery comes.
Your second food delivery? What the fuck are you doing over there? Second food delivery? What the hell? Oh my! The first lunch was not enough food, so we gotta get a second lunch. Jesus Christ! I haven't even eaten yet. I'm fucking hungry. Oh, speaking of some mass TP, nice mass TP action. Light blue is TP back into dark blue's base, and since you can't watch this, I'm gonna try to. Oh, well, he just TP'd out, but blue did some infernal right on top of him, which was a nice infernal, but still got the mass TP out in time. Or actually, that might have been a regular TP. So now he's just got an infernal hanging out in the back of his base. Second fucking lunch. Orange is sitting at 100 food, which I guess makes sense since he did lose his gold mine. Surprised he's not going after it. This gold mine still has a significant amount of money here. I mean, it probably doesn't want to pick a fight with blue. If I were orange, I'd be trying to transition out of this.
I'm back. No, they delivered the wrong stuff first time, so I had to call them.
Oh, okay.
So now it's the right stuff.
That's awesome.
So yeah, game is.
Well, you missed a mass TP from light blue.
Nice.
You mass TP'd into blue's base.
Really? Okay, yeah, it all seems so calm sometimes in these mass TP matches because no one's like walking around anymore. Everyone's just mass TPing.
So it really they just burned TPs, and that was pretty much how it went. It was nothing super exciting. Mass TP'd in, did some damage to the
Wow, and both that would be so painful for Dark Blue. I think he needs to prepare for base race already. Like he will just get mass TP'd over and over now. I think that's difficult, like for blue.
Oh yeah, and he dropped his infernal on light blue, and then that's why light blue TP'd.
Yeah.
And then he just suicided the infernal, which makes sense. We'll be right back.
A player's forces are under attack. player's forces are under attack.
Oh, I'm back.
I'm still eating, so I'm on mute for some seconds. We saw some mass TP fight and at the bottom left.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah, I grabbed some food. A little bit of turkey. This game might go on forever.
A player's
They've got a
forces are under
fuckload of
attack.
gold.
Yeah, could take some time, but we'll see. I mean, these heroes can kill a lot of armies quickly, so... and especially once they transition to air, which seems to be the case now for light blue, I think. And I think even orange may consider to transition to air once he loses his ground army, so we'll see.
Yeah, the shitty thing about orange, though, is his heroes aren't good for an air army. Well, I definitely think he should transition out of Necro Wagon. He'd be at a disadvantage there when it comes to air versus air fights, because Priest of the Moon at that point becomes kind of useless. So does Archmage.
Yeah,
Shadowhunter is still kind of nice, but
Player's
I think that priestess is really kind of useless. Like, it has owl. The aura is nice for this army, kind of, but not really. So it's basically only good for worms, and he only has one at this point. And also meat wagons, but who cares? So I think this priestess was
Yeah.
really a bad pick. And I mean, you have shades, so you don't necessarily need owl. So I think many other heroes would have been more useful here. Also something like you can pick something like whatever, like Beastmaster, and you can just mass TP on summons, whatever. So there's so much stuff you can do with mass TP, but not with Priestess really.
the thing with Mass TP though is it's really good with a ground army, and if he transitions, he no longer has that ground army. And then when you got air, it's kind of whatever, especially when you're massing cards. You might not be able to TP everything, so it kind of becomes kind of a liability and almost useless.
I don't know, I think with mass worms, for instance, it's
A player's
like it's
forces
amazing
are under
still.
attack.
Same as with mass chimeras. I think mass chimeras plus mass TP is really scary.
Yeah, but you can't mass worms in this. You're fighting two night elves. You
Yeah,
can't
for sure.
barely
Not,
take
not
any
yet.
worms.
Not yet. I mean, maybe at some point he will, but like he's not facing any Dark Rangers, any Alchemists, so I think this is really a good game for Worms, actually, once the Night Elves are not able to get mass hippos anymore. We'll see.
Yeah, but one of the Night Elves is going magic immunity, which makes them useless.
Mm. And Orange wants to fight all game, but doesn't find an enemy to fight against. I mean, Mass TP with Shades is so amazing. Like, that's really awesome.
Oh, that's true. Orange is loading up for a fight.
A player's forces are under attack.
He has Shades everywhere. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. Yeah, I think he has like 6 Shades or something. It's crazy.
A town is under siege.
Dark Blue seems to move towards Light Blue's main base here.
Gonna third party this yet?
Sorry, go again. Say again.
Blue's gonna third party this?
Yeah, maybe. Looks like a nice position here for Orange. He's really trying to get into a position here. But Blizzard is
It's a
dealing
good
so
good
much.
joke for light blue, I think.
I guess you're right, but I think... Yeah, I'm not sure. Like...
But now he's pushing too far. He's gotta pull back to the choke
Oh,
again.
wow.
Yep.
Yeah, and he can... I mean, that's the advantage. He can only sleep one. Like, he can only sleep Big Bad Voodoo or Starfall at once, but... So... I think Orange is fighting this pretty well. He only needs to kite a very bit to web all these chimeras, but I think he's doing it very well, and these Dryads are totally useless against the meat wagons, so these Dryads just die instantly. Not easy to micro here for Orange against this Blizzard.
No, but he's winning. And he's
Yeah.
winning big.
Yeah, he's
He
doing
saw
it
us
really
down
well.
from 99 to 63.
Oh, and Dark Blue is going for the main. Wow.
Oh no!
That's a backstab. Ah, that's a... yeah. It's a nasty
That's
backstab.
gonna hurt. Orange can come in at any time if he wants to fight this. He's got a shade in there.
Yeah, I think it's a nasty... Like, it's a nasty... It's not not a bad
Lost
backstab.
shade.
I don't think it's a bad backstab, but obviously...
Orange is going for blue.
Player's forces
yeah,
There we go.
it will get
Things
him
are heating
teamed
up,
now.
boys.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome.
Force a TP from blue. That's the thing that's gonna get real annoying for dark blue. Is he's gonna have to keep buying a lot of TPs. He's
Yeah.
against two mass TPers.
And he kind of asked for that teaming, like with this backstab. That's why backstab is, I think, especially in league matches, if you can't finish the game with a backstab, it's kind of risky. Like it gets your team so hard usually. It's so easy.
Oh! Didn't get the mass TP off. Had to force a
Yeah.
real TP.
I think that's like you scream for getting teamed if you backstab someone like that in his main base. So
Yeah,
I think
it's gonna be tough.
And you
He's
don't
gotta-
Yeah, and as you saw, like in the light blue main base, he didn't even get that much experience, so you can't kill much really. Like you killed some buildings, but he didn't get much experience, so I'm not sure it was a worthy backstab here. And
He doesn't really need much experience. He is going for buildings right now.
Yeah, maybe. But I mean, we'll see how well he will be able to like withstand the teaming. But it seems Orange remains rather passively here. He has a
Like, it'd be nice for his TC to get to 6, but he doesn't really need it because his
No,
TC
that's
is not
true.
going to die anyway.
I would like to see some Fairy Dragons again against these Dryads. And also Necro Wagon. I think Fairies would still be a nice addition to this blue army here. Yeah, he really stretched out his main base.
Ooh. Nice. He caught him on the run there. Nice. Might be able to get that Shadow Hunter. Nah, I don't think so.
Wow.
Oh, he did get it.
That
Oh,
stun
man.
was so long.
It was.
Light Blue is staying in these fights for very long. Like, I think he gets a
Oh,
risk.
can he even get out? Oh, he can get out, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the Archmage.
He's got a nice invulnerability potion use there. Yep.
Just in time. Oh, and Orange is back. And that's so annoying for Dark Blue
Yeah,
here.
it's annoying, but Blue's not losing much in these fights. He's
No,
getting
it's still
real
well.
good experience, and he's doing real well. in there.
Oh,
He
and
might
the
be getting
SH is
some
out of
really good-
range. So the SH
Oh, the
will
Shadow
die.
Hunter!
So I think that's
Oh no!
that's like the disadvantage if you're no human. You're not used to like the lower radius of mass TP compared to TP. So you're
Well,
not.
there's also the maximum amount of units, which is kind of an issue with
Is there a
skeletons.
max? I thought it would only be
Wasn't
like a
there?
matter.
Did they remove it? I thought it was 24 units, which is a massive amount or something. I think it's 24.
Honestly,
It's a
I'm not
huge
sure.
amount.
You might be right. I don't know.
But when you're spawning skeletons like that, some of those might get used like in priority over like a hero.
It's a good question. Yeah, I'm not sure
I'll
if
look it
that's
up
the
now,
case.
unless they took that cap off. But I thought there was one.
Yeah, potentially. I think they changed. I think they may have changed some stuff with the mass TP. Maybe the radius.
might-
I'm not sure. I think they slightly buffed the radius, but I'm not sure. I think it was it was even smaller before,
Yeah.
and now it's.
So I just went on the Warcraft 3 website. It says teleports 24 of the player's nearby units. So I don't know if that got changed in a patch.
But
that's what it used to be.
Yeah. Do you think Orange thought that Big Bad would apply to Priestess during Starfall? Which isn't the case.
Yeah, it would, wouldn't it?
No, it doesn't. So that's maybe something he planned to do. I don't know.
No.
And it's a really bad fight for Dark Blue. It's just so much dead supply here in these hippos. Okay, maybe he can get the
Yeah, but
Mountain
he's
Giants.
doing a lot of damage if nothing's dying. The problem with Light Blue is he just doesn't have any damage.
I think Light Blue is staying in these fights. Like, what does Light Blue want to achieve here? Like, he's only losing Mountain Giants over and over. Like, he's losing 3 Mountain Giants and he's killing maybe 2 Chimeras or something. So,
And then the thing with Light Blue's army is it worked great when Blue had low health heroes, low experienced heroes. But now that he's got TC 6, level 8 on his other 2 heroes, on his Panda, he's gonna start killing these things easy.
yeah. A lot of Mountain Giants dying here. Infernal still in this fight. And Orange back here. So I think it's going really well for Orange. And he seems to be in full control here. While I think
All
Light
those
Blue...
Chimeras might get killed.
Oh yeah, wow.
Big
Nice
loss
weapon.
there, yeah.
And
Lost
Priest is
one
level
of them.
7. Look at this. I can't see the damage of these meat wagons. It's so annoying because they have Crypt Fiends in them.
Yeah.
I want to see how much bonus damage they get by this Priestess. Like the Fiends, look at that damage. Like plus 12. It's crazy. Like
That's pretty hot.
so amazing.
And the Skeletal Mages get +5, which is a massive amount when you've got
Yeah, it's third.
12
So
Skeletal Mages on the field.
it's amazing. Wow, and offensive Starfall. And he's not sleeping it. Oh, now he does. But the Panda? The
Wait,
Panda is
Panda
dying.
fell. Ooh, maybe he
Wow.
wanted it to fall though.
Oh yeah, Dark Blue seems slightly overwhelmed. In the back he's very exposed with the hippos.
Might be able to use that hero falling to his advantage because he does need to hero weak a little bit, and he's
Yeah, potentially.
double
Like,
teamed right now.
this can backfire very quickly. Like, he has a lot of chimeras left, so I think he should be fine, but it's like you tend to underestimate these undead armies. Like, if they are played well with fiends, it's like your chimeras get webbed every time they get in range. And now they piece. Interesting. Interesting decision here to piece that quickly. So it's 10k for light blue, 14k for dark blue, and 13k for orange. So it's pretty even.
Yeah, after all that, well, blue's got to rebuild a lot, so he'll be down to probably 10k once he's done.
No. And still, like blue heroes might not like none of the other players can face these blue heroes in a hero arena. So I think it will all be about base race here at some point. Like they can fight this. Like TC Panda Dreadlord is impossible to fight if you have Archmage, SH, DL. Like what's your damage? Like you have 0 hero damage. You can only sleep. And same for orange. So it will be full scale base race, I guess.
But that mass TP though, I think blue should definitely start doing right now is getting some Tree of Life built around the map. That should be his #1 priority right now.
I think it's about at this point still about spreading wisps. So I think you're right in general. I don't think he's preparing well for base race yet. But if you look at all these wisps, shades out on the map, I think it's I don't think you want to waste like gold into Tree of Lives, but I definitely think he should have like at least 5 or 6 wisps out on the map. And very nice scouting here.
Light blue has one here.
Oh yeah. Very nice scouting. Wow, Mass TP in the back. Oh, or not. He wanted to go for it, I think. Talon plus Mass TP is so great.
Another Tree of Life there.
Oh, yeah.
So light blue is prepared.
Well, he needs to be very careful here. He needs to be very careful. Like a Mass TP on this Talon with web. I don't think. He could try to go for it.
Can't catch him.
I know he doesn't have web. It's not orange, but still. He survives. There's still 5k gold in here.
Yeah, I don't. Orange probably wants to consider taking that at some point, but he doesn't want to attract the attention right now. If he takes that, the other 2 guys will be going right after him, and I don't think he can handle a double team.
It's a really difficult situation here for blue. I think the other 2 players don't really have like an issue with sitting at this point because they can just mass TP around. But I think blue needs to make something happen here. I think blue needs one of these players dead. There's just no way blue can win a base race. Like he has Infernal, Panda, so I think he's all right. But another pause, and I get myself a second beer. Give me a second.
Oh, okay. All right, my new guesses are going to be light blue, Irenicus, dark blue, QQS. Final guess. Not guessing anyone else. Done. Those are my guesses. Oh, and then obviously, orange is something wicked. I've already made that one clear.
A player's forces are under attack.
Those are my guesses.
Okay, I'm back.
Cookie. So are they. What are you drinking?
Just a regular beer.
Yeah, but there's a lot of kinds of regular beer.
It's not a fancy one. It's not even alcoholic.
What? What is it, a Beck's?
No. Krombacher.
Pronounce that again?
Krombacher.
Krombacher?
Almost. Krombacher. Cheer. It's one of the very regular German beers, and it's like one of the non-alcoholic ones that I drink very regularly. Because otherwise I would drink too much beer, like too much alcohol. So.
Interesting. They definitely do not sell that in America, so I've never heard that one before.
No, that not. I think the most common non-alcoholic one in the US is like Klausthaler. I think
Beck's is the most common.
Also the non-alcoholic one. I don't know. And another fight breaking knot here in front of Light Blue's main base. Hexing the worm here. Yeah, there's only one worm, so he wants to get rid of that.
Doesn't feel like Orange prepared very well for that fight.
No,
he didn't drop any corpses before it went in.
Yeah, for sure. That's not the fight he wants to take. And this Starfall, very offensive.
Yeah, that's what he wants to do. He wants Big Bad Voodoo and Starfall. You're right. That's what he wants to do.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's not a good position here for Orange. Like, he can't really kite well here. He's killing a lot of stuff. Maybe now, if he moves a bit back. I think once these chimeras are gone, he can fight it very well, but it's interesting. Like, it's a very, very intense fight here.
These meat wagons are doing a ton of damage to the Dryads.
For sure, yeah. Once the chimeras are gone, it's a piece of cake. And Orange is just riding fight, so... Oh, the SH might die here. Wow.
Oh, that... Ooh, with 18 health left. Really nice invulnerability there. Good micro.
But still, like, it feels very tricky for Undead still. Like, these heroes, there's no staff that can save you, there's no coil that can save you. So it's only the SH heal that's really, like, that you're relying on.
You can't let that fall. Yeah. Ooh, nice kill there on the Chimera.
Ooh. What's Blue doing here? Oh, and it's out of range, I think.
Oh, he's third partying it. Look at that.
Yeah.
Get in there, get some.
And the second time, wow. Is he, like, I think Dark Blue is not entirely certain yet whether he wants to attack, but it's just it's the second time he does this, and it's like, it's good for us, but I think it's a very risky move here, to just backstab again here, second time.
It might be. Maybe he thinks that he's got more gold than anyone else, which he technically does. But I don't think he can win a 2v1. Maybe he thinks he can.
The town is under siege.
Taking out some buildings. Yeah, Light Blue is in a lot of trouble right now. I don't know if I'd call you dead, but gonna lose a lot of buildings here.
Yeah, it's just with Dryads, it's just not easy to defend here, especially if the Infernal comes in. But he's and that's what I was saying, like, he's threatening a suicide against Dark Blue because Dark Blue is only arriving like right after he that's something I really try to stop doing, because it has not really a there's not really a benefit of fighting someone right after he fought, except if you really want to finish him entirely. Like, that's the only reason to attack someone right after he fought. Otherwise, it's not really like
that's what Reno taught everyone when he actually played the game. If you're gonna third party someone, you kill that person.
Exactly, and if you don't kill him, it's actually just a backstab. You usually don't get much experience points, and it's like the one thing most people get suicided for, or get just teamed for right after. So I think it's not a good move, and in this case he doesn't even get much experience points. So I think being like, I mean, Dark Blue could try to go for this expansion even, but whatever.
Players' forces are under attack.
Yeah, and it heatens it how do you call it? It heats up a bit between Light Blue and Dark Blue here, so I think Orange might be able to benefit from that.
still can't see the damage on these meat wagons.
Yeah, I would like to see it, but I can. Yeah. I never realized like that. I mean, obviously they're always full of meat, so you never see that true damage here.
You know, one thing that I wish Reforged would add to this game. And this is the most random tangent ever, by the way. One thing I really wish they'd add to this game
Subtitles.
is they'd have a they'd have a death counter like StarCraft has, or a kill counter, I should say.
Okay.
So like every unit's got their own kill counter.
Yeah,
I always loved that. I thought that was the coolest thing in StarCraft.
For sure, yeah, I would like that too. I think that idea came up a couple of times, and I think some of that stuff, like we hope to see some of that stuff that was included in StarCraft 2. But I think over time it turned out that they just won't be able to invest the same resources into
Well, they had that in
Reforged.
StarCraft 1 also, and they just never put it in Warcraft
Okay.
3.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm not too optimistic that they will spend all of these resources that we hope they would do. So I think there might be a lot of features that we will never see, although they are very normal, very standard in some of the other games. So we'll see. I just hope it won't be too buggy, and reconnect feature would be my biggest hope, obviously.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, we had it on V3 Arena with this G proxy thing. So
Well, I think once they get that to BattleNet 2.0, I think that's a feature. That is a feature in BattleNet 2.0. So they should be able to theoretically do it as long as they can
I
convert
hope.
it and make it work in
Yeah.
Warcraft 3. Because all the other BattleNet 2.0 games
I
have
hope.
that feature.
Like, you don't really know yet how much of the stuff how much of the old stuff they just repurposed, or if it's really how much of the old stuff is really below all of that, like when it comes to hosting, all that stuff, like how much of the old stuff is still there in the back because you still need like the old graphics, old gameplay, you still want to preserve that. So to some degree you plug stuff on top, and that may prevent you from like putting new stuff into the game. So yeah, I mean, on one hand I'm excited that we get new stuff, but it's also a bit lame that we have all these bugs, so kind of sucks.
On the TP.
Yeah, light blue here attacking from the bottom, and this Talon was standing there all the time. I think dark blue needs to make sure that there are no Talons here. Needs to TP right out.
Oh, he did get that TP out.
Yeah,
I thought some of those units were going to be too far, but he got them.
that's a lot of chimeras here. Yeah, at this point I think transitioning from Dryads is really needed by light blue at some point.
It's going to be tough because of the heroes and the high level heroes that blue has. Blue's going to win in a hippogriff battle.
For sure with these heroes. Yeah.
So it's almost hard to move out of it
Yeah.
when you don't really have something that can compete against a panda and a dreadlord. He only has a dreadlord.
Yeah. Have you heard of the other TBR4 modes yet?
I have not.
There's a pre-team mode again that we also had in TBR3.
Pre-team mode? I don't remember
Yeah,
that
so
one.
players join, like multiple players from each team join the game, but they will not select the same force, so no one knows who's with who, like except the players that are with each other.
Oh,
And then-
that's really cool.
And so they can't share vision and they can't share resources.
What
But
is it, like an 8-person free-for-all?
sorry, say again.
So is it like an 8-person free-for-all, essentially?
Essentially, but obviously since it's pre-team, like the players from each team will just make sure that like they never foul each other except for feeding purposes, and so it's really strategical. I like, it was my favorite mode at TBR3, so I took it back in, And we had only 8-way pre-team games last TBR, and this time we have 2 12-way pre-team games, and one is tonight.
Oh, shit.
And
what, tonight?
yeah,
Oh,
one is
I think I might want to watch that one.
starting in 2 hours,
Players' forces are
and
under attack. A town is under
it's going to be 3 players from each team on a huge
That's really cool.
on divide and conquer. So it can be obviously it can be super tricky if you spawn cross map. So it's super chaotic, but it's really strategical warfare. So I really like it. I hope it's not going to be too chaotic. So I hope we'll see. It's going to be a lot of fun, I hope. And last TBR, still one of my highlights, where Quest and DV were playing together in this mode, and Quest just fed, DV had Charm, and Quest just fed him worms, so DV built up a 200 supply worm army. That was super cool.
Wonder. Yeah, I want to watch that one. For sure, I want to watch that one. I don't think I'm going to cast it, but I'll watch it.
Okay, yeah, I'm
That
going
sounds
to
like a
stream it.
lot of fun. Maybe Mog can cast that one. I'd like to hear Mog casting.
I can ask
You and Mog together are usually really good.
Thanks. Yeah, I will ask him. There are a lot of fun co-casters these days. So Mog, yeah, I haven't had you and Mog for a long time, so I will ask him.
A player's forces are under attack.
And there's a hero snipe mode also this TBR. So RoboGoblin, one of the players and map creators, was able to implement a trigger in map files that will automatically end the match once a player has 10 hero kills. So
Oh, that's awesome.
so the match will, whoever will have 10. It has a second timer, so it has a 2-hour timer too. So whoever gets 10 hero kills first wins the game, or after 2 hours, or if everyone's defeated, still the player with most hero kills will win.
So is the strategy to only build one hero?
Potentially, but I think I think it's very map dependent. But I think on most maps it's most efficient to just go for try hero and hero focus. I don't think I think you prevent others from getting hero kills if you get just one hero, but I'm not sure you're really able to kill heroes with just one hero.
That's a good point. Yeah.
So I think if everyone would build just one hero, maybe in that bot, then it would work. But as I think if one player gets triple orc hero, I don't think any of the others will stand a chance. It will just.
Is there a scoreboard in that mode that shows
no,
how
it's
many hero
not.
kills each player
That
has?
makes it even more exciting. There's not. So you need to calculate and count.
It'd be cool for the observers to have that though.
For sure, yeah, we weren't able to do that. I guess there would be a chance to do it, but it's just too it's taking too much time to implement it. So I will.
I could implement that real easy.
I will at least for these matches, I will just put down a list and we'll just count, I guess. So.
I already have an observer scoreboard and some of the maps. I don't know if you guys still use them.
We use. I actually transplanted that observer board to all
Awesome.
FML map files. So we have this. Unfortunately, it makes it a bit tricky when it comes to map files, because I created this official FML map folder, which is also pinned to the Discord channel, where you have all the official maps with some fixes. So we took random colors out of some map files, etc., and also implemented the observer board. But it makes it a bit tricky because it's an additional map file. So once you upload the replay to official websites, some of them,
you can't run them.
Yeah, so that makes it a bit tricky.
But are there really any official websites left?
Yeah, it's warcraft3.info is the one we have a partnership with.
Okay.
So it's the most used one, and it's really amazing. It's mostly used for one-on-one events these days, but it's a really amazing website, and we upload our replays there, and then we're able to analyze the replays there, and it's easy to link it. So I think it's really it's a great thing for us.
So what other modes are there?
So it's pre-team, hero snipe, then this adaption hero, random hero, and team FFA, normal FFA. I think that's it, right? I think, yeah, that's
Is
the
there
number.
any no chats? Or are we done?
Ah,
with
no
chess?
chat. Yeah, no chat. You're right. That's the last one. So no chat also. No chat is like a classy one.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think it's a really good mix this time. Obviously, we don't have these team cards anymore that we had in, or that you guys had in TBR2, but they are like, I personally liked it, but I'm not sure I liked it that much. Like it was
It's always good to change it up each season.
exactly, but I think this like we may try to go for cards in the future. It makes it a bit more active. On the other hand, it makes it more difficult to prepare for matches for teams. If all of a sudden you have like a shackle card and you need to play without the hero that you planned all the creeping with, so
Town is under
yeah, so I kind of liked it, but also like cards like the reveal card and the no air card I found a bit stupid. I think the no air card is just,
Yeah, there were some dumb cards. For sure.
yeah, and the reveal card in the end, just so you are able to suicide certain players. I think that's, so I'm not a huge fan of it, but we will surely come up with other modes in the future. I think Ponty and Mesmo Tanks had some ideas too. So yeah, I guess we will have another TBR at some point next year again, and potentially not that late into the year. So we'll see.
Weird that he's using a Infernal for scouting, but you know, whatever works out. He found a huge tree of life here. That's a big find.
Yeah, for sure. So orange down to 10k gold, light blue 7k, and dark blue 10k still.
players' forces are under attack.
So we just see mutual infernal harass here. I'm almost convinced Rectify to sign up for this TBR.
You know what? How much do you want to bet that one of these players with a different name is actually
It's
Rectify?
actually him. I mean, from the discussion that we had, I don't think it is. But I mean, he's a man at master, so you don't know for sure. But
It would definitely not be the first time.
no, that's true. No, but I don't think he's on board this time. But we checked all players, so I don't think it's him.
Oh, okay.
But I think we almost had him, and then once I told him that Mog was going to play, he said that he promised me that he would cast a few matches, but it's just very difficult to reach him. Like, he's basically only available on his Twitch stream every now and then once he streams PUBG.
That game's still alive?
What do you mean?
So that game's still alive?
Yeah,
Game
PUBG is
sucks.
still alive, and he plays it, and he streams it for like 1 or 2 viewers regularly. So
1 or 2 viewers. Right
yeah,
now.
like he has an average viewership of 1 viewer that he's casting.
Higher than my average viewership, which is 0. So
Yeah, but still, like like he would have. I mean, maybe he's not doing it for the fame. He's like, he could cast for 30-40 people FML, and yet he prefers to cast his own PUBG matches for 1 viewer on average. So bit of a shame, but if it's what makes him happy, I guess it's fine.
I miss that guy.
Yeah, he's great.
Do we ever have that? Was there a new meetup, FML meetup that was supposed to happen? Did that happen? Did I miss that?
Yeah, in Prague, 2 weekends ago. We met.
Oh, that was in Prague. Okay, I
Yeah.
didn't go to that one. How was that?
Was fun. It was just a day basically, or just like we met noon, had some lunch, and then we went to a gaming room that we had until midnight. So we played a lot of Warcraft. Unfortunately, we couldn't make custom games work, which was a bit of a shame. So we had to play official Blizzard maps only. So And I was really tired, but it was a fun experience.
Who went?
It was Lil Tick, Shave, EP, and me. So just the four of us. Initially we planned to be, I think we had like 8 people that were supposed to come, but then
shit.
everyone dodged, as usual.
We've got a pretty ridiculous fight going on right now.
Yeah, orange, like that's not,
Three-way in blue space.
yeah, and the teaming is like it's very hard. Like that's a disadvantage of your main base being stretched out to the south like that. Like you can't, like he can defend in the south or in the north, but he can't defend both. It's crazy. He's very undecided what to
Yeah,
fight
I
here.
don't even know who would you fight here. I guess.
It's for sure the blue, the orange Undead. For sure, like Dryads are.
Oh no! Did you make that kill?
Wow,
Yeah, you got a
so
huge
much
kill there.
damage. And he needs a TP. Like, if he gets slapped and... If he gets slapped and then stomped like that, SH is dead. Oh, he's losing a lot of stuff and he hasn't prepared for the base race, so that's really tricky here for Dark Blue.
Oh, what are you gonna get?
Wow,
he's not gonna get the kill.
Dreadlord
Oh, that was so close.
survives.
Michael to kill a Shadow Hunter. Well, he's gonna force him out, which is just as good.
Do you think the other players should, or one of the other players has an interest to just finish him now? I mean, they don't know yet,
Probably.
but I
I think
mean,
it's in everyone's interest to kill him. Those hero levels, it's in
yeah,
everyone's
I
interest to
guess.
kill him.
And I think there's not even a Zeppelin on this map, so he can't really, like, he hasn't got a single wisp outside of his main base. Like, he has one wisp only, right? He has one wisp, and that one wisp is just getting a Moonwell. So if that wisp dies, it's almost over. So he needs to get this Moonwell, and then he needs to get a lot of wisps. There's just no way he can win this without wisps.
Yeah, he lost a lot there. So I mean, that might be one of those things where his base is smaller, he looks weaker. Maybe that'll end up being good for him. They go and team someone else now.
Yeah, maybe, but he
know.
hasn't lost many units, so I'm not sure anyone will piece him at this point. Like, he hasn't lost any units, basically. He's still 85 supply, so usually you would piece someone if he lost his army and some of his main base, but...
Yeah, that's true. And that's exactly what they're saying in chat.
Yeah. And Orange is going for double race. He's getting a Knight of Tree.
A player's forces are under
I mean,
attack.
do you think he should go for... I think the only reason why you would go for Night Elf in this scenario is like Night Elf staffs and maybe some Moonwells. But I think it's very easy. Like, he doesn't have much gold left, so I don't think he should invest too much gold on Night Elf now. And it gets you teamed very quickly. So I think staffs are the way to go.
Yeah, I don't know. Even staffs don't even seem like they're worth it, but it would be worth it to get the anti-magic shell or the anti-magic whatever.
Ah, but you need tier 3
As
for
you had
that.
said.
Is it that much? Is it that?
Yeah, I mean, so you can get a full spell off.
Yeah,
I
you're
think
right.
so.
Yeah, I mean, against Dryads not so much because it can be dispelled, but against Dark Blue, Starfall, I'm just not sure. Like, it costs you 1,000 gold to get to tier 3, and is it really worth 1,000?
Probably not. You're right.
Basically, plus shop, plus you need to buy it, so it's basically roughly 1,200 gold just for uncancelable Starfall, and I'm not sure that's really worth it, or if you would rather get like 3 worms for that. But I think staffs honestly are worth it with these squishy heroes and mass TP. So that's like his biggest disadvantage right now, that he can't get out with heroes, like with single heroes. So the other players are always focusing like one of his heroes, and he could just staff out the bottom and then he could continue to fight. I think that's really something that's useful.
That's probably another good method, and it's a lot cheaper.
Yeah, but on the other hand, he's not going to have an army for much longer. I think he's down to 9k gold, so once these units die, I think he can get one more army, and then he will be without army anymore. And yeah, it's like 10k, 9k, 10k is always an amount of gold where I start to get uncertain what to get. Like you can basically only go get one more 100 supply army if you lose it all, and then it's like at this point you need to know who you prepare for. So, or you just sit in your main base, and that seems to be his choice here.
Yeah, right.
But he has mass TP, so that makes it so much less predictable. Like shades and mass TP, so you don't like he has shades everywhere, so it's really scary.
He did make a wisp, and his wisp is now just sitting in his base doing fuck all.
But he's teching, so I guess he will get a shop here in the back.
If he decides to make it.
I guess he will.
Well, doesn't he need a Hunter's Hall first?
No, you can get a shop on tier 1.
Can you? Well, I thought you need. Isn't there something you need before the Hunter's Hall though, or the shop?
No, shop is instantly possible.
Okay.
So I guess he will get one. I think staffs are the best. Like, would be the best choice here for him. I think this SH is way too squishy, honestly. That's another tricky thing, right? Like, you want Scroll of Healings, this Pendant of Energy is kind of nice, and you want your Orb of Corruption, but honestly, an SH without any parry-ups is, in my eyes, too squishy, so it's tricky, honestly. I think I would rather pass it. I think I would sell one of these Orb of Corruptions on this SH and get a parry-up instead. I think no hero should be without parry-up late game.
Blue's still not fanning out his wisps. He built a couple, which is nice, but they're all just hanging out in base. He needs to start sending them.
Yeah, but I mean, two of them have mass TP, so it's still kind of unusual that you have a Night Elf and an Undead both with mass TP. So they don't, like, even if it seems they are just camping, but like 5 seconds later there might be cross map. So mass TP is such a crazy skill as spell.
Looks like they might be going on blue again, which is interesting.
Light blue, yeah, there's a shade here.
I was just reading their chat, and I think they're going on blue again.
But if you say blue, you mean dark blue, right?
Dark blue, yeah, they're going on dark blue.
Yep. Yeah, I think, was it Remo from Back to Warcraft who, like, I think the official color name of this light blue is something like periwinkles or something?
Periwinkle?
Yeah. Is it periwinkle?
Cerulean? I don't know.
Maybe we should call it. Let me quickly Google it.
Periwinkle's a color. Yeah, that could be it. I don't know.
I will check if it's that color. Looks a bit more purpley, but I don't know. I guess it's no. I guess it's this. I guess it's periwinkle.
Okay, well, we're just gonna try not to laugh and call it periwinkle for the rest of the game.
PW.
Periwinkle is going into blue's base.
Oh, he got a Hunter's Hall, but why? Like, you need an altar to go to go tier 3, but you don't need a Hunter's Hall. What's this Hunter's Hall for? Like, is it for Ultra Vision only?
I have no idea. Maybe
like, it can only be for Ultra Vision. Like, nothing else would make sense here.
Are you sure you don't need a Hunter's Hall to build a shop?
No.
Are you sure?
100%. Like, the first thing you can build in a game is a shop. 100%.
Big fight.
Yeah, nice fight here for... Light Periwinkle is killing a lot of stuff here.
Periwinkle. Can't take it seriously.
And he's not sleeping no, he...
Oh, Stomp does it.
Ooh!
Oh!
Archmage dying again. Yeah, Light Blue killing all these chimeras, but needs to be very careful with the heroes here. He's also very low on periods.
Yeah. Might be able to kill this Dark Dreadlord here.
Ooh.
Does have a TP. Oh,
Wow.
does get it
I
out.
think that was a decent fight for Light Blue, who kept
Except there's a
backstab
backstab
again.
now.
Like he's always the one getting backstabbed here, like third time. Feels bad.
Yeah.
And there's a potion of lesser invul in his main base.
And yeah, the orange should not let
Ooh, Starfall.
come back.
This is scary here for Periwinkle.
Periwinkle, shit. Periwinkle should not be allowed to live here. The orange should not leave. Just kill him. Unless he's forced out. This is... Gotta get that experience. You gotta get that kill. Especially considering I think orange can win in a base race.
For sure, yeah. It's just very... I think it's tricky to fight against chimeras with, like, to base race against chimeras with this. Like, if the enemy splits chimeras, this map has
It's
a lot
way
of...
harder to face, I think, mass TP than
Yeah, but this
chimeras
map...
you can deal with.
But on open space, I agree. But this map has a lot of water and trees, so you can't really face... Like, if they try to siege your main base with chimeras, you really need fiends everywhere to web them. But I think his main...
Gargs work too.
I think so, yeah. That's I think his last army should be Gargs, honestly. I think with Gargs he would be best prepared. On the other hand, his heroes are weak as fuck. And I think Gargs are not the best heroes to kill buildings, so I think it's a tricky call. Honestly, I think Worms, as I said earlier, once both elves run out of gold, he should preserve some gold for Worms. I think that's the way to go.
Yeah, that's smart. Blue's coming in to finish the job.
Again, yeah.
Not too many chimeras left for Blue, and he's also running out of money, so this might be...
Yeah, he can get, like, he's pumping on out of 5 roosts. Like, he's getting 5 more chimeras at least, but...
He's probably gonna hide them, is my guess. Build them, hide them.
Maybe.
So, they have pretty good scouting right now, so I don't know if he's really gonna do much hide.
Yeah, tricky. So it seems really Dark Blue is trying to finish Periwinkle here. Trying to finish the game, and Periwinkle has several wisps out on the map, so I see at least 6 wisps out on the map, so I think Periwinkle way better prepared for the space race scenario than...
At least one Tree of Life as well.
Yeah, so I think Dark Blue really... I see orange here in the... How do you call it? In the front seat. So I think... Or as the front runner.
Orange wants a base race.
Yeah, rightfully so. It's tricky to fight this against Moonwells, but it's daytime, so half of the Moonwells are empty, and it's difficult. Also, this Night Elf base is not perfect, really. It's not easy to access the Moonwells, except these 4 Moonwells here at the front. Ooh, he's having a hard time here.
Yeah, Periwinkle's in there for a little bit of action. I don't know what he plans on doing. Probably just wants to get in the way. I don't think he wants to commit. And he should not commit.
And
he's on his last army.
Yeah, and I think we're reaching like everyone's getting their last armies. Oh, nice Big Bad Voodoo, very far in the back. So I think this time out of reach for the Dreadnought.
Yeah, really good kiting there too. He got a lot of those hippogriffs to get webbed. He didn't lose anything for it, so
like this
really good micro there.
Web can be so annoying here.
A lot of damage going down. The siege is
And
big.
he needs to be really careful. Like that's not a huge main base anymore. And
Yeah.
he's
Big Bad Voodoo is now out, so now is
yeah, but
Blue's chance to
he
really
needs to
get in there
go
and fight.
right in, I think. Like this position would be good for the elf, I think, and he will just get wept over and over if he yeah, okay, he goes in now, but he's like you can't kite this.
Blue's heading
He's-
out. Oh, he's not heading out. He's just TP
Repositioning, yeah.
That's interesting.
Now he is what's he doing here? Where's he going? Oh, back to his main base, just getting mana back. He is on full mana though, so I think he could have stayed in there.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, so Periwinkle bailed because this is his last food army because he didn't have the food. He has to build a ton of Moonwells if he wants to build anything else. He still has 4K, but probably want to save that for rebuilding heroes. So this is it for Periwinkle. Got to rebuild those Moonwells and then save the rest for hero revives.
Very nice corner scouting here by Orange. And Orange is scouting this Moonwell. I think that's like seeing all these new Moonwells always a sign that the player has gold still. So and they haven't touched Orange's main base a single time here, so he's
Blue might be trying right now. He's looking for something here. What he could do is start sticking moving with the panda. Just start just sieging that without having to worry too much about losing his units to the Crypt Fiends.
and the shade goes in here into Blue's main base. So I think a counter attack here, or if he sees it now, he sees the blue army now. So I think he could go right in.
He's the Ancient Allure, so he's gonna know he's got gold left.
So Periwinkle dislikes both players. Thinks one is a rat and the other an idiot.
My new guess on Periwinkle was Irenicus. That was my new guess.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I guessed Irenicus, and then QQS on Blue. Those were my final guesses.
QQS is human.
Is he? I thought he was
Yes.
elf. Oh, well, maybe that was a shit guess.
No, I don't think he would play with elf ever. So it's not QQ's.
A player's forces are under
Well,
attack.
shit, then I need a new guess.
A town is under siege.
Whisperwind? Nah, I don't know who Whisperwind is. Sounds like a night elf name though.
It's a female undead player.
Oh, well, then that's not going to be the night elf player here. Yeah, see, this is what I would be worried about, is getting these Chimera's traps. You don't have enough gold to rebuild those.
That's a very offensive starfall here. I think he has ultra vision now, which is very good against like with Meatwagon against bases. But I wonder if he
A player's forces are
like he's
under
still tier 2 and he hasn't gotten a shop, right? So
Uh-oh, big stomp. I'm about to get this kill right here.
but he has an Ankh, so
Oh, we did!
he
He got
Ankh.
it!
He has an Ankh.
Burns the Ankh, though. That's a big kill.
No, honestly I think this Ankh is just a wasted item slot that he could use for better items now. For stuff, for example. Where's this Night Elf shop? Dude, he got an Ancient of Law for Raw, right?
I don't know what the heck he got Ancient of War for.
I mean, must be a bear for Raw. And that's the only, like,
under attack.
it's the only thing that makes sense here.
A town is under siege.
Expansion being built.
Yeah, Periwinkle going for the expansion.
He has to. He's so low on gold.
I'm not sure if they will let him here.
No, but it's a risk worth taking, and that Shadowhunter just gets stomped. That might be... That's gonna be rough.
Wow.
Shut her down.
That's so much damage here by these chimeras, so he really needs to web them. He's always webbing these hippos, which is also not too bad, but chimera's dealing the main damage. So we do have orange on 7k gold still, we do have periwinkle on 2k gold, and dark blue or blue on 4k gold, so
A player's forces are under attack.
everyone's screaming. I'm really disappointed here by orange. Like, why don't you get a night elf shop?
Town is under siege.
Isn't that like... Okay, he won't let periwinkle mine
I'm
here.
not gonna let him take it, but it was a good. It sucks because he's gonna lose the money there, but it was a good call to try and do that.
And
Shame they didn't
DV,
let him do it.
yeah,
But
sorry,
Player's forces
DV's
are under
team,
attack.
I think... Never mind.
well, TV's team was Mog, right? Oh no,
no.
no, that was Ravenclaw. Mog's Ravenclaw.
No, I was just saying, some of the players like this... It's not that, like, everyone tries to talk like Gradient, but also some chat like... this blue, like what Jabba wrote, like this blue build, ha 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 ha, is like nothing, I think, someone with an English mother tongue nor a German one would write, so...
Oh no, that's something wicked. I've already half confirmed with myself
Okay.
that that's.
Oh, you're good at that, man.
I don't know if that's true. That's my guess, and I've been.
If
sticking
you
with it
can
for
identify
years, so-
players by chat still, so that's...
No, that was by color.
Oh, okay, okay.
Because he always picks orange. I'm pretty sure I remember correctly. He always picks orange.
Yeah, but if Mock, like Mock said, he got his color randomly assigned, so maybe it's random.
I thought he meant when he joined the game and he just didn't have time to change it.
Ah, okay. Yeah, and because I don't think we have any color randomization anymore, but it's an adaption hero file, so I'm not entirely sure here.
I could be way wrong. My guesses are purely just awful guesses. I didn't even know that, or I didn't even remember that QQS. I thought QQS was Night Elf. Are you sure?
Very sure, yeah.
Well, I think he's Night Elf.
He at least he won his FML season with the human race.
Fuck, maybe Mr. Sweets. He's Orc, right?
Yes.
I don't know. There's like no Night
There are
Elves.
few people who
else?
always stick to their race, like Mr. Sweets, QQs, something wicked, like some of these
What
players.
race is Joggle?
He's a true random player, and he never picks a race. Or sometimes he picks a race. And sometimes he rarely picks a race, so he's really random. Same as Ani. I think.
Iron Next had like no Night Elf players. Alien's random. Side is. I guess he's not playing like a.
There are not
side.
many elf players left really. They says we do have a lot of orcs and undeads, and elf players basically are Gradient, Trunks, and me. Like I'm not playing, so Gradient and Trunks from the old school players, and then Neutron and Toxigrinta from the new ones. So that's pretty much it on the elf side, I think. Is there anyone that I forgot?
Toxigrinta. I thought he was or Undead.
No.
Is that not the Tox that I?
No.
Oh, wait.
We have
Oh,
Tox.
there's two Toxes.
Yeah.
Toxigrinta. So maybe this is Toxigrinta, whoever that is.
Yeah, that's a French
Under siege.
solo player, but elf, and Tox is random most of the time.
All right, that would make sense if this was a solo player because he's not preparing for a base race.
Okay.
Well, there is something on the bottom there that I didn't see. Now that they're paused, I can't look at it. I don't know what that is. But not preparing for a base race makes me kind of think that this may not be a free-for-all player who's used to this kind of situation. So, Toxigrinta. There's a good guess.
It's your guess, not mine.
Well, you know the answers. Like, I don't pay enough attention to know the answers.
So many pauses here. Like, did light blue periwinkle say go? Lol.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, he does have.
Ooh, the mass TP. Wow, that's so painful.
That's nice. I don't know why. I don't know why Periwinkle's even trying to fight. This is not
Nah, I think he
not a
just
fight
wanted
he should be
to,
taking.
I think he just wanted to see the army. I still can't believe he just got his... Ah, okay, he has a bear now. Okay, with a bear, I think it makes sense to go Elf Tier 3. Elf Tier 2. I just think the staff could still be very handy for him here. Just one staff on your Archmage, because he's exposed with his heroes quite a lot. So I think it would be nice if he could staff up. Oh, he has a staff. No, that's... Damn it. I'm bad. That's the elf. So I think one staff for orange will be fine.
So they're going after orange now.
Yeah. Question is,
This is a good move.
will he defend or will he just... No, okay, he's trying to defend now. Difficult to defend.
You have to defend though. There's two players coming after.
Yeah,
You
for
can't
sure.
be-
And also he's not spread on the map here, so he really needs this main base. Way too many towers in my eyes. I think it's a waste. Like, this is more than 10 towers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He had like 12 towers, I think. But on the other hand, he had, I think, 25k gold or 20k gold, so I guess it's fair enough to get some towers. This is really painful.
Blue being at 100 though, this is actually nice. It's not fully 100, but this is a huge army for this stage in the game.
Yeah, and it's nice here in the back where he can't get kited really. Like, he's right in the main base, so it's much easier for him to fight here against this undead army that's not positioned really well. So as we see here, the fiends are at the, like, he has only 3 fiends left, but it's like the undead is totally overwhelmed here. He has nowhere to go.
He's getting a lot of pickoffs on chimeras though. He just got at least 2 chimeras, maybe a third. No,
that one survives.
Yeah.
Staffs it out.
He's down at least 10 gold. And Periwinkle is going to bail. And all things considered, Blue really didn't lose anything major.
No, it's tricky. I mean, Orange has 6k gold left, so I think Orange should just get an army and try to finish Blue, honestly. Ooh, the bottom here.
He does have an invulnerability,
Yeah.
he should be okay.
It's a nice stun though.
Did he pop Star?
No, not
Starfall?
yet.
I didn't see
Not yet.
Starfall.
But it's just... Did he just go for it? It looked like Starfall for like half a second. Maybe not. And it seems Blue is a bit undecided whether he wants to like stay in this or whether he wants to pull back.
Yeah, and I don't know if he should do...
It's super
A lot of
tricky.
low health units. He really should probably just pull back. And he doesn't have a lot of gold to rebuild at this
Yeah. It's just so crazy. Normally you can just wait for, like, if you attack an undead with Necro Wagon, you can, and you attack him in his base, you could just wait because the mana will be... Ooh.
point. Shadowhunter very close to falling. Tarn
TC2.
Chieftain's really low, but it should have a reincarnation, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Oh, the priestess might die here. Yeah, the priestess is dead.
See, that's where a staff would have been really nice.
Yeah, exactly. So exactly for these kind of situations, I think a staff costs you only basically with a shot. It's basically 200 gold, and that 200 gold like saves you at least one hero, and I think way more here. And Periwinkle really committed to take this expansion here.
He needs it.
I guess,
No
yeah.
gold. But I
tricky.
think Periwinkle might need a fight. I don't think he can win one-on-one.
But I think
the
Orange can defend this. I think Orange has like
only
he
one
has
hero left though.
yeah, but he has towers and he has 5k gold and he has infinite mana on his Necro, so I think he should be fine. Honestly, so
If he can kill another Chimera, I think he'd be definitely fine.
and I'm not even sure it's bad for Orange to get a bit weakened here, because he should know that he's in a decent spot here. Like if I think he needs more acolytes outside of his main base.
A player's forces are under attack.
Might not be able to get those heroes back though.
No, I guess
One
will
Altar
return.
is close.
Yeah, but he
look like
doesn't
he's
go
gonna
for it.
Dive it though.
He's going for the Black Citadel instead. And a lot of shades died here, so not many shades left.
Blue's pumping. So I think he. Oh no, I think he might hide these units. Yeah, he's gonna hide.
Yeah, it's a tricky call here. I think Blue would be better off just attacking someone if he doesn't plan to get more wisps out on the map. But maybe he's fine. Like his main base is looking kind of steady again, and I like how he built it now. Like with these moonwards here, I think it's okay. Like at some point it turns around, and this kind of closed main base, if you don't, like you can fall back into it, and he may want to close it against mass TP, but I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe he wants to close it, but it's just
Mass
not.
TP is way less dangerous when human is not the one mass TP.
Yeah, I was just thinking about it. Yeah, you're right. I mean, obviously, meat wagons still kill your stuff pretty quickly, but it's no comparison to tanks that are basically melee. Like they just they just surround your tree and kill it instantly.
Well, and plus tanks, you can stay in the fight a little bit after they TP to save their stuff, whereas mass.
Yeah, you just die. Yeah.
Necro wagon, they would just die. You gotta leave immediately. So it's not as good. With tanks, you can usually wait until mass TP refreshes again, and then you can get back out with mass TP. With this, you probably have to use your actual TP to get out.
Yeah.
A player's forces are under attack.
Ooh, there's a worm out on the map, so it's tricky here.
Yeah, but you can't lose it here. You can't lose it. You gotta pull it back. There you go.
Yeah, interesting game. Like, it's Adaption Heroes in like league matches seems much more promising than it's in-house, because in in-house use everyone has a TC, MK, and something else. So basically every game, and it seems much more volatile in league matches.
I mean that seems like a great strategy if you have like no strategy going in.
Exactly, yeah, just pick the strongest heroes, but I think the synergy between these heroes here is very interesting to see. And I mean, kudos to Orange for picking Undead. I think Undead is definitely the race that this is most difficult to play with.
Yeah. Well, so now Periwinkle is now seeing how big Blue's army is, so he might be going a little bit more aggressive against Blue.
He just has very little base race potential. Like with these Dryads and these MGs, like he can kill buildings. Like he has one MG, and so Infernal Blizzard is basically all he has against buildings. So I think he will be very reliant on Orange to make something happen in Blue's main base.
Orange has no gold left.
Where did all his gold go? Like revived
I
one
don't
hero?
know. Yeah, reviving. I think they're expensive revives. These are level 8 heroes.
Yeah, but he had 5k gold. Okay, he lost 3k.
He built a worm. We know he built a worm.
Yeah, but one worm, one hero, or one worm.
He just built a shop, so he's a little bit of money there. Might have bought something.
Forces are under attack.
Yeah, the last 5k disappears so quickly because you're still used to like pump. Oh, we do see an attack here in the back of Blue's main base. Nice Infernal here. But yeah, I mean, this army is just shit. Ooh, did you see that? Wow, that was so close with the
Oh,
Shadow
I
Hunter.
thought that Shadowhunter lost or died.
Yeah, I think they need to team Blue hard, or this is...
They can't. This is not.
Players' forces are
You can't team them with these shitty armies.
difficult. I guess they will need, like... I mean, if they use all their hidden units, like if they use... I think if Orange uses both Worms and Blue or Periwinkle uses the Chimeras that are hidden, and if they, like, I think with these Dryads, I think they should be
Does
able
Blue
to...
have hippos? I don't see any hippos. Are there no hippos left?
There are hippos, they are just here. So...
Oh yeah. So, ooh, I don't know if I'd bring my worms in then. That's
think
a lot of hippos.
Yeah, I think Blue may have this. Like, they can only try to base race him hard, but it's not easy with these heroes. Like,
Oh, that Archmage almost fell. There's nothing we
It's
can really
TP.
do here.
like Mass TP is very nice on paper, but it just sucks.
Oh, it fell with the TP. Oh no.
So that's his...
He had an invulnerability potion and a TP on that. And
So I
that
think
stun
it
was
will
just too
be...
long.
Yeah, I think it will be all about Infernals here. I think the only way they get Blue out is Infernal Harass here.
a town is under siege.
Ah, very tricky situation. Very, very tricky.
Yeah, their only chance is to base race Blue, and they can. It's just going to be really tough.
Yeah, it's roughly, I'd say 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It's, I think, around 16 buildings that he has. And now he has Wisps out on the map too, so will take some time, but I think it's doable.
You really need to take out the Tree of Life. Stop him from TPing.
Yeah.
Moonwells will be good to take out too. Stop from healing.
So I think they have to hope that Blue is not experienced in these situations. If he's a solo player, as you mentioned, then he might not be experienced in these situations. That's where one-on-one players struggle the most, like this base race stuff that they usually don't need.
Yikes.
Oh, he's
Big,
heal.
big stun.
Wow, good
Big stun.
sleep. Wow.
Got that off.
And he's...
Gotta keep that close.
Oh,
we
let's
go.
pull back here. Yeah, they need to be very careful now. Orange is down to 500 gold, so it's basically just 2 more TPs, and then he needs to sell items, or he need basically 1 TP, and he needs to sell items. So, is it really GG?
I don't know. I think he thought he was gonna get his heroes caught there, and he ended up getting away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he ended up getting away, but I think he thought that he wasn't gonna be able to. But he had some nice sleeps there. He was able to. He was able to stop. Oh, no tree? Really? Did he lose that tree?
No, I think it's good.
He
Yeah,
did lose that tree.
yeah, but it's good manip. I think he's. I mean, he still has the gold and he has wisps. He has a wisp here. Needs to be careful now, and I think he should get out of there.
And he really can't build a tree. He's only has less than 500 health.
But
or
he has a
HP.
lot of items to...
HP.
Yeah, but he has a
Oh.
lot of items to sell still. He has some claws
It's
here,
true.
some... So I think he can get at least 2 to 3 more trees. And as you see here, like, this harassment, Blue is... I think... Like, personally, I think Blue shouldn't move out of his main base with all his stuff. I think he should leave. Good question. Like, I think against these heroes, honestly, I think he could just leave his heroes at home and just go with chimeras and hippos out on the map and kill buildings. Like, these enemy heroes are not really useful against chimeras.
Infernal's working well though. That Infernal. This is the second Infernal now. They've killed all those Moonwells.
Yep. That's the right answer. What's he doing with this Infernal?
I don't know.
Hmm.
Doing some scouting before it goes away, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, this map is amazing to rebuild. Like, there's so much space here, and the corners are usually, like, at least 1 or 2 corners are usually closed late game, as we see here. Like, the corners are kind of close to at least one side, so it's very difficult to, like, walk around the map and find stuff here. And he's not really spreading his hippos yet. I guess he might be scared of enemy hippos still. He found one here. Oh, that hippo gets away.
A player's forces are under attack.
Honestly, I think they can base race him.
They absolutely can. I was thinking the same thing. I'm not too sure how Blue can win this. The only way Blue can win this, I think, is if he can take out Periwinkle. Without
for sure, yeah. The
like,
Infernal is, yeah, for sure. You're right. I think the Infernal is the only huge threat here. I think without the Infernal, they couldn't do much. But I think the Infernal. I mean, what do they do without the Infernal? There's no way Orange can kill.
So,
Orange can kill this.
interesting thing is, unless he's building a Tree of Life here, but he doesn't have the supply to build any wisps.
But he did he have?
He's
a
got
wisp?
some around the map, but he's got to walk them halfway across the
Oh
map. to
yeah,
get
he has one here.
Are under attack.
I guess he may just try to go for buildings here.
He's another one on the top right too. So he's gotta walk these wisps, both these wisps, halfway across the map
Yeah, or
to
he
get them
gets
into this mine.
or he gets a Moonwell, but his Moonwell is dying here, so
Yeah, he's not gonna get a Moonwell. He needs 2 Moonwells anyway. It's not worth it.
I don't know. Honestly, with his items, I think he can sell Orb, he can sell Flute. That alone should be enough for 2 Moonwells. And he can sell Scroll of Healing, he can sell the Lion Horn, which also I think gives like 200 or something, 250. Circlet, so I think he can get up to like 600 gold, which should be enough for Wisps and another tree. So... Yeah, Blue's just... I think Blue does it right. Like, Blue is camping, and he has an Infernal that he can use to finish Periwinkle here. So I think that's the perfect move here. So he does that very well.
Oh man, just killing one of these Moonwells is just a death sentence.
Yeah, I agree. But he won't. Like... Ah! Oh, the MG here.
Yeah, he's getting that one. That one's gonna die.
Will he? Like, he can mass TP in a second.
It's taking forever. He doesn't have a tree. He would if he had a tree.
Wow, it may survive. Yeah, he surely would have killed it without...
He still needs another Moonwell anyway.
Oh, and now Orange sees him moving out of his main base. Nice
Yikes.
kill, yeah, level 8.
That kill.
That could become important here, that level 8. Because at some point he may need water elementals to mass TP. Oh, and we see unsummon... We see Orange unsummoning buildings here.
I wonder if he's gonna use he's gonna hide with some trees, Orange. Do you have any trees hidden? That might
I
be
don't
actually
think-
be a good use of Night Elf.
Yeah, but I think he lost everything. I think he lost his tree and he lost his wisps.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think he used his one wisp to get the Hunter's Soul, the Engine of Law, and then that's it. That's where the wisp went. All right. Why? Okay. It's payback time. They started. it again. He's calling out Neutron, but that was the same thing last few days. Everyone was saying like a player is Neutron.
Oh. And whether not actually Neutron.
No, while Neutron was casting with me. And actually, the team Iron Axe that Neutron is in isn't playing in this one. So I think at this point I can reveal it. So
Oh, okay.
that
So I
team
guess,
isn't
does
playing.
that throw off my guess?
No.
No, it
Your
doesn't. I think I'm
guesses
okay.
could still work.
There really aren't any Night Elves on Iron Next, so I didn't think
Ooh,
anything.
needs to be very careful here. Okay, he's TPing out. Was that TP worth it? I don't know. Like he can make it work here.
Town is under siege.
And there's one wisp in the mine
Players'
now.
forces are under attack.
Oh, so he's mining now. That's good. He's not gonna be able to get any more wisps. At least he's got one going.
Wow, nice block here on this Infernal. That's a pro block here. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, considering he's got Envenom Spears on it, it's really not that pro. But, you know.
It's okay. Nice kill here. Almost getting a Shadowhunter to level 8.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, I think over time should be able.
I really think they can base race blue.
Yeah, and I mean that's like they should see that he's just camping in his main base, which usually is a sign for, like a sign that he's like
Players' forces are under attack.
scared of losing his main base. So.
And he really can't do anything about Infernals.
Not much, no.
So you just keep sending Infernals in, and then you'll get them eventually.
Yeah, I think Periwinkle is a bit passive when it comes to his Infernals. Like he's like pulling them back immediately. Like you would see again. Like he's not really he's not really utilizing them. Well, okay, now they try to go in here.
They're
But
trying
that's
to team them here for some reason.
A town is under
I don't think they can.
forces are under
Nice hex here. Oh, he's not controlling his Infernal. What's he doing with this Infernal? Dude. This Infernal.
Like I said, Golem.
Yeah,
my
he's
God.
why isn't this Infernal hitting buildings? I don't
The
really
Infernal control is awful.
get- Yeah, kind of true.
a player's forces are under attack. Town is under
Might be able to kill a Chimera here.
He needs to be very careful here. Should
Dreadlord very low.
yeah. Let's Sleep actually may have saved him. That's so much damage here from this Carrion Swarm. It's crazy. Needs to be careful to not get exposed to this TC. But wow, the next Carrion Swarm can kill all these. Oh, and the Dreadlord. What?
Oh no, it's so close. And you can't heal it. You can't heal it.
Another Carrion Swarm? I don't know. I think he can just dive in here.
Yeah, I think he can.
What? Where's
not
Orange? Like, why isn't Orange just?
He TP'd out. He was losing his hero.
Yeah, but he can't. Why is he running across the map? He can just mess TP here. He doesn't want to go without a TP, I guess. But he has 2 TPs. Why isn't he just mess TPing back in? I don't get it. Like this Dreadlord is, like there are no movements left here.
I can't believe they didn't do more damage there. They could have done. Blue. They had blue at their mercy. I don't know why they left. The Dreadlord, that was a kill, and that wasn't coming back. Still could be a kill. I mean, I don't know how he's gonna heal him.
Just over time, yeah.
It's gonna take forever.
Yeah. I mean, he has 1,300 HP, so that takes quite some time. And Periwinkle is mining 3k in the meantime.
Yeah, that's huge. So now he's got enough supply. He's able to. He lost a couple things, so now he's got enough supply.
Oh, and is he diving?
Wisps
Is he
to fill it
diving
up.
here? He's diving?
He should.
Yeah, but it's super risky.
Considering he's got no damage. Yeah. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
there you go. There you go.
Needs to be very
Now
careful.
you gotta get out of there.
Ooh, the SH just healed in time. Ooh,
Oh no!
what? Did you see that?
Yeah.
Wow.
He's
SH?
not gonna get the Shadow Hunter out. Oh, he did get the Shadow Hunter out. Wow.
That was amazing. Like, that heal on that Archmage was...
The Infernal! The Infernal! God, didn't do it.
I did see it.
That was so close.
Crazy. That Archmage, like, it had no red in his health bar yet left. So I think it was like, must have been like 5 HP most.
Yeah, that Dreadlord can't come back.
That
He's gotta
Dreadlord
lose
is...
so much stuff to get that
Yeah.
Dreadlord back.
I mean, the Hippos are kind of dead supplying at this point, but still, I don't think you want to lose them. I mean, does he have a Wisp left? No, right? So, if he doesn't have a Wisp left,
Plus, that altar, there's no guarantee that even if he does get all that and starts rezzing, that altar will live.
for sure, yeah. So I think at this point,
72 health.
it starts to look better and better for Periwinkle. I think this gold mine may get him teamed at some point, but
I don't think they've scouted it. He might not mine
Orange
the whole thing
did.
before they
Orange
scout
saw it. Orange saw it
Oh, did he?
earlier.
Okay.
Yeah, the worm. You remember? Like when the worm came over here, he saw it.
You're right, yeah.
And these worms are getting him teamed hard now, so... This is a very
He might get the
exciting game.
Dreadlord.
Wow.
Oh,
Nice stomp here. Oh,
Very
and all
nice
these
stomp.
heroes. All these heroes.
oh, he's gonna lose something.
And
Yep,
Archmage
falls.
dying. And he can get him back if he doesn't lose.
Yeah, he'll get him back.
But only, like, it's not...
But he can't lose this altar. That's,
Where's he reviving it? In the corner. No. Huh? Where's he he isn't even reviving. He's just
well,
going...
he's gotta sell something first.
He's
Now he
just
is.
going for the
He
Necropolis.
just sold something, so now he can start reviving. Oh, but then he just lost his... He can't revive.
No. I think
He
it's looking...
sold, but it was too late.
Ooh.
He's lost everything.
And yeah, the Potter might die too. Ah,
He can't TP.
he had an invul. He had an invul and a TP.
A TP wouldn't have helped.
Yes, he could have sold items at least, like TP back, sell items, whatever. But
Oh,
like,
he had a... Oh, I didn't see the building at top right. He could have TP.
yeah, and losing the priestess with all these items is a huge deal. Like he's on 600 gold, but I'm not like he needs to sell more items now. I think he can get a hero back, but it's getting super tricky here. And all of a sudden, it starts to look much better for blue again. And here we do have a Talon. It's counter-attack time here. And he,
Oh, shit!
he has a TP. He has a TP. Blue has a TP. But does he want to TP? That's a question. I guess he needs to?
He
Oh,
can't fight this army, though.
it's...
Can he fight this army, Blue? I don't know if Blue can fight this army.
I'm not sure. If he... Oh, the Chimeras are going down instantly against this
Yeah,
Karen
that's
Swarm.
what I mean.
He's sleeping the DK at the TC very well, and the TC doesn't do much here, so it's only the Panda really that he needs to be aware of. Oh, the
Chin
Chimera!
is so close.
1 HP!
Surround that guy. Nice surround. Oh, didn't get it fully.
It's tricky, yeah. Okay, no, now he needs to get
There you
out.
go.
Now he needs to get out. He has a TP left, so...
Yeah, you can stay in there pretty long.
You
Sleep
think?
something.
No, I think he needs to go.
You think so? I think he could have stayed.
Why
longer.
isn't he... Did he use Cyclone?
I don't know.
Ooh, and now Orange is on Periwinkle. And the 3 worms are very handy here, so...
We got a base race.
What?
We got a base race.
It's super close. I think anyone can still win here. I think Periwinkle has the best heroes for this scenario. And he has the most gold, so... No, he doesn't have the most gold, but Blue's gold is useless. Blue doesn't have a wisp left.
A player's forces are under attack.
Don't you think it would be better for Periwinkle to just go for the SH? Like, he knows where the SH is. So I think he should go all in on that.
I don't know. Maybe. He's got to get rid of this stuff eventually.
Yeah, but Periwinkle doesn't have a lot of buildings left, but he's best prepared. Like, he had Wisp everywhere. He's trying to get that mine back even. So he's in a really good shape, I think.
Yeah, and you can't kill these Dryads. There's not much that can take these Dryads out. They're going to be here the rest of the game.
Yeah, I think Blue may want to use the hippos for scouting here. Like, that's his one advantage, that he has mass hippos left to scout. And another mass TP here on this Talon. And that Talon has to die. Like, this Talon is super scary. And now no Panda ultimate. Needs to be very careful here with the Panda. Sleeping the Panda? Okay, he's not...
Try and kill that Mountain Giant if you can.
He's hexing. No, I think he needs to kill the Panda. The Panda, until the ultimate is back. This Panda is done. Dispel, sleep. This Panda is...
Get us around on that. Get us around.
Yeah, this Panda is done.
Doesn't need us around. He's gonna kill it without us around. Done.
Wow, this Panda is down. I think that's a really good call by Periwinkle now to kill him. Did the TC use this ultimate already? I don't think, right?
No, I don't think so. So this might take a while. Oh, he left. So that's that.
Very nice play here by Periwinkle. I think he perfectly identified his opportunity, and he's out. And Orange is in a very tough spot here. That's it for Orange, I think. Yeah. Nice.
Yep.
I don't think he will survive, though. No,
No,
I think he's
I don't
out.
think so. He's got to keep that in front of him. He's not going to do that, but that's alright.
Yeah, that sleep has such a huge range. So, very nice play here by P-Sock. So I will reveal it. It's DV.
Orange is TV?
It's DV. Yeah, I accidentally said it at one point.
Oh, P-Stock is TV. Oh, okay, yeah.
I was saying it's DV unintentionally, so it's...
So who are the other two?
It was Toxigrinta, was the...
Oh, there you go.
And, yeah, Mock, Wicked, and...
SW, yeah.
Yeah, so...
So I had one of them right, and the other one it took a while to guess, but I got him eventually.
It was a great game in the end. I really liked the ending. Like, it was so intense. A lot of close hero saves that could have turned the game if they would have went the other way around. So really good ending, I think.
Yeah, impressive play by DV. I was very impressed the whole game by him.
Yeah, he hoarded best. I was pretty surprised that he pulled it off with his Dryad MG combination. He lost way too many MGs in this one fight, like 7 MGs in this one fight, but I think that was almost the only time he really struggled. And in the end that he managed to mine that top expansion and then found the exact right point in time to mass TP into the elf main. Won him the game, so very nice one. I liked it. And it was your first Adaption Hero
Thank
one.
you for inviting me to cast this.
Yeah, pleasure. Great to hear from you.
Yeah, so we've got a 12-way free-for-all later today, you said.
Yeah,
actually,
for sure.
like an hour.
It's about to go live in 1 hour 15, same channel. Or no, exactly in 1 hour it will be live. So
cool. So tune into that one.
Yeah, and
yeah, thanks for casting.
Yeah, thanks.
Congratulations to DV and team. Maybe next time.
Correct. The first points. Yeah, visit us on ffamasters.com. Join our Discord channel. Type !TBR in Twitch chat to see the scores and schedule. And yeah, see you later. Thanks, Warpex. And
thank you.
Bye bye.